Here.
Okay. So, y'all looking at microfiche.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching the most boring. You're watching. It's like small town happened. Small town happened. Small town happened. Nothing happened. I don't even get to see, like, you can't even see the Dollar General that's down the road where there might be a ratchet fight that happens. Because
you know what? How long has it been that I've been on this roof? Because
you've been a squirrel for like 20 minutes. You're going a little nuts.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting bored. I'm climbing down, and I'm gonna skidoodle back toward the car so that I can turn back into myself like normal, and then I'm gonna go wander the roads on my own 2 feet and see if I can't summon some ghost car just by being out there.
Okay, do me some weird.
Well, I'm not gonna actually try to summon it. I'm just walking around trying to bait it. That's the proper word. I am being pretending to be.
I thought you said like I'm fucking done with this shit. No.
I'm gonna go walk around in the road to see if I can't be the catalyst for the ghost car appearing again. So maybe we can do something about it, you know?
Okay, you're doing that. Roll me an act under pressure.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll take it. Numbers. 9.
Okay, make your decision while I address them.
Because
that is one of those three.
It's another one again.
So, y'all have the microfiche.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through. So you mentioned those eagles.
Yes, that those eagles, it seems then that they are siphoning energies.
Well, what we walked through was a ward. I could tell that from the beginning. But from what I can tell, and things are a little dampened for me right now, it's more of an accidental ward. I don't think it's from her necessarily. I think she kind of helps keep the ward in place, but she said her grandmother's been in charge of this library for who knows how many years.
Right.
So
right.
likely, very likely, is that it's an accidental ward because they consider this a home almost, and the eagles are a focal point. That's what I'm getting right now. There could be more to it, but that's the basis. Also, is it within your guys' protocol to just throw out there that there's supernatural shit going on? Because I know with me, I need to keep that up to my chest.
It is sometimes that even though that we are a recognized authority of that the Society of Hollowed Shadow, that is basically what we do. Because that we are recognized.
You're working with who you don't know is an army or not, it's better to just say FBI. Because
it is true. It is true, but then that that the signs kind of pointed to it. But I would just go with FBI for your sake.
I'm just telling you for your sake.
The SHS.
If you don't know if it's a vanilla, go with it's a vanilla. Because she looked like you were insane, and we don't need us getting kicked out.
I mean, that is fair. I mean, I don't know shit about magic anyway.
You hear I found the microfiche about the Bigfoot. If that's what y'all still want.
No, thank
we're
you.
Good without the Bigfoot.
We are good without that.
What about a weregator?
No, I don't think we need anything about a weregator. If we've
we've
got 50s and 60s,
just slowly pull out my own notebook and investigate about a weregator later.
I'm just scanning through things.
Same.
If there's anything that pops out, if any of the faces that I saw pop out at me.
Okay, y'all both roll me investigate a mystery. Expedite this instead of to anyone on the internet, if you've ever had to look through microfiche,
it takes a while.
It's boring as
I've never done
it.
I did it up in like my master's program, and then that we had to wear the special white gloves.
7.
For any of you younger millennials who don't know what microfiche even is, it's when they take paper documents and then they photocopy, shrink them down very, very tiny so you can get a whole bunch of little slides onto a roll of film, which then gets put into a giant magnifying booth. And then you can see the full-size thing, but it's all stored on little strips like these.
Yeah. And by the way, to anyone that is that young, yes, we did used to store things on a cellulose film. By the way, cellulose film was a thing as well, not just digital.
This is why we call it going to the films. I know we don't actually call it that, but that's why it's called film. Now, VHS tapes.
So you got a 7, what'd you get?
I got a 5. I marked experience.
Okay, so the one you're going through doesn't really have anything, but you get to ask me one question. What you got?
Dun, dun, dun.
What's your question?
Oh, I thought you were saying Spence could.
Spence got 5. Spence got XPs.
I hate these questions sometimes. What's being concealed here?
Oh, there was a knife and a gun in the box. Like, they're covered in blood.
I hate you.
No. I would say nothing is being concealed here, but...
I guess... Is there anything jumping out at me? Those
Oh,
are not worded for what we're doing.
The thing is that what's being concealed here, nothing's necessarily being concealed other than the fact it's a ton of information on a tiny little reel, and you almost miss it. But what catches your eye is an image of a young man with a massive pompadour.
Wait, hang on.
As you're doing the... Oh, boop, boop. God damn it.
Yep.
There was a knob in the middle of these things that had like fast.
That's your scroll wheel, children. Education.
Hopefully you don't have to use this because it's all been digitized.
For reals.
Same.
I
Exactly.
stop, I go back and I look.
Yeah. It says red line Ricky to race.
Is this one of the faces that I saw, one of the ghosts?
It is the one that was at the door with the massive pompadour.
Red line Ricky. To race, like, is there a date for his race?
1959 is the year. The month and stuff is a little smudgy because, like, part of the article is smudgy because someone probably shifted it while it was being
Scanned.
for photocopy.
How far into 1959 am I right now?
Yeah, she could look at the week before or the week after
Yeah,
papers.
if you look, it looks like it would have been around October.
Okay, so somewhere between October and December he had a race, probably. So I'm going to just start flipping through looking for that name or that face again.
Okay. Every so often there'll be something about, like, he went...
I'm still keeping an eye out for other things, but that's what I'm kind of hunting down.
It seems like he was as you get bits and pieces, he was a barely high school graduate. Dad ran the mechanic shop. Like, a couple times played football. Seemed to be fast at that as well. But there's just all these things about him, like going to the dirt races, that he was modifying cars. There's a couple of arrests for him and 2 other individuals. There is Stanley Shorty Smalls. Who there's not an image for. And then there's one just simply listed as Chubbs.
And what was the main guy's name?
Red line Ricky.
Red line Ricky.
Redline Ricky.
Sound like
Shorty and Chubbs.
he sound like a boxing kangaroo.
But both of y'all give me another investigative mystery. Is like, because if you narrow it down to the tail end of 59, you can get, like, you're probably grabbing 60.
Woo!
No.
Okay, you grab 65 and, like, apparently that was the year that the hippies came to town.
Man, God, this Woodstock is interesting. Like look at these crazy designs.
Off by a little bit. Woodstock wasn't 65, but it's just like the hippies came to town, damn it.
Oh, 12. I can ask whatever I want.
Okay. Well, do you have the advanced move?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I have advanced, remember?
Screw you, keeper!
Remember?
I can ask you anything.
I finally got her up to advanced moves, remember? Finally.
I keep forgetting you roll well enough. Like, this is the game you roll well in all the time. So you don't get as much XP
not our weekly holy wins night. Fuck you, Knox. That game.
The twins are helping you try to hit better.
No, they're not. They're being dickheads.
By trying
That
to
is
help
not.
you hit better.
No. Neither of them have, like, hit things with weapons, so they both can shut the fuck up.
I don't know. Millarn hit the air really hard.
Lauren's a dick.
Malak did. Sorry, Malak.
Nulok's a dick.
Anyway.
Love you both. You're dicks.
Out of context, that sounds bad.
Not really. Sounds par for the course. You may ask the keeper any question you want about the mystery, not just this.
Having a good time over there?
I found another space on my floor.
Stab it.
That's how solid the calluses on my feet are.
You good?
Please stop. How far do I go until I find something useful?
I mean, you don't have to move to find it.
Within the story, how far do I have to read?
You get to about, you keep reading through the stories. There's nothing else about, it's just that these three are apparently connected to.
So the first one I found wasn't about a specific race?
No, it wasn't about a specific race, but.
See, I thought it was about a specific race.
He is going to race. He actually had an official race. That was.
Have we gone past that now?
You've gotten past that.
Okay.
Like, you get into 60, 61.
I'm looking for obituaries now of any of them.
Around 61, you find an obituary. It turns out that his dad's shop had run in some bad luck, and the bank was going to foreclose on it, so he straight up robbed the bank. Can't foreclose on the house if you don't got the deed to it. Seemed to have been his logic.
So
Also,
he tried to steal the deed from the bank and...
Oh no, he stole the deed and a whole lot of money. And there was a violent car chase that ended at the bridge.
Okay.
And all three died. It doesn't have a ton of information because in the 1960s they're probably not going to go into a lot of...
They kicked the body to see if it's dead.
Well, and these are criminals, so like they're not going to give them the time of day in the paper after the fact. It's just going to be like they died doing something stupid.
Local boy gone bad. This
Yeah.
type of situation.
So it was a car chase. Is there any pictures of their car before or after the crash?
There is no picture after the crash.
Is there a picture before the crash? About the
It is a
and
rat,
anything that I saw?
it is a very familiar looking rat rod. It looks like someone took a old hatch trunk back Ford sedan, made it to a convertible. Definitely no seatbelts in this motherfucker.
There were no seatbelts in anything in the 60s.
Oh, no, they were starting to pop up
They
for
just
the
weren't regular.
front seat. There was a sofa in the back. It was like 12 miles wide was that back seat. Kids just doing backflips. It was nothing but like going to Spartan back in the 60s. Kids flipping, falling asleep in the back window, getting all sorts of cancer from the cigarette smoke and the sunlight.
And the lead paint.
And the radium that they painted the logos on.
And that's how we got boomers. Anyway.
Whoa! Shots fired.
Wow.
Damn.
I got it.
So, you got that, but the engine looks like it's a V12.
Ooh!
It looks like they took the old Chrysler V12 limousine engine.
Damn.
Hell yeah!
The front of this thing, they obviously either were really lucky or really good at welding to build the additional frame of this monstrosity that was known as Baby Lou.
Oh, my uncles can never find out this existed.
They'll summon it back like the Black
I
Squirrel.
got it.
You got it? Okay.
Redline Ricky.
All right, did I give you a last
Sorry,
name for Redline
Chubbs.
Ricky?
No.
No.
Okay, you'll see that his last name is Lovins.
No loving for Red Line.
Levins.
Sorry, that was a weird shiver.
So then these are the culprits we saw last night?
Haven't we heard that name already?
Maybe.
Wait.
Have we heard the name
Wait,
once?
yes, I think we...
Am I having a brain fart?
No. Well,
I can't say nothing.
I'm
right there.
metaing and also player knowledge at the same time.
Someone's literally walking down the middle of streets, slowing down traffic and pissing everybody off.
What traffic?
All three of these oversized late 90s to early 00s SUVs behind you. We gotta get it, church!
Did we beat 11s already?
I think we did.
11s. I'm having a total brain. Wait.
Ain't it the sheriff?
No.
Damn.
We haven't met the sheriff.
I've never given you the sheriff's name.
No, that...
No, he's a deputy. We don't know.
We have met
the
two
sheriff.
deputies.
You've only met two deputies, Mousy and Butts.
And Mousy said they were going to be calling in some volunteer deputies, which I did not think was a thing.
The corner, possibly?
Was it the Ambo
Was it?
driver?
Oh.
Yeah! Sorry, that's out of character! Yeah!
The devil on the shoulder.
I'm sorry, that's out of character. Shit,
That's
now
out of
it's meta, but yeah, we did. Yeah. What?
Yes.
I didn't meet the Ambo driver, you did.
Oh, I did. That last name sounds familiar.
I just started throwing out names of the NPCs we've met.
I think it was.
Buford. Butts.
Bethadine.
Someone was loving.
Yeah, that he was a guy who had helped me load up Miss Bethany on the gurney. Bethadine, excuse me. But I think
keep making worse and worse combo names.
But I just think that I think that.
But these three were trouble back then.
Yes.
And they
They
died
still trouble
robbing
now?
the bank. And they crashed the bridge, and that's where they died.
I mean,
The bridge that is closed now.
Well, no, it just says
No, the
the
old
bridge. At the moment, that's the DM slipping earlier. You only know of the bridge that goes over.
You mentioned that we were told that there was the old bridge
Yes.
and the
Okay.
new bridge.
Yeah, that we had found out about the
We
old
know there's
bridge.
two bridges. So since it was this old, I'm assuming it's the old bridge. So
There's Jeff Bridges, and there's Young Bridges.
Bo.
Bro. But yeah, I think then that that we do need to. I need to speak to that EMT personnel.
and this one, and I kind of flipped to where there's a picture. That's one of the ones I saw in the last night.
He looks like an out of shape John Travolta from the movie Grease.
Looks like they tried to put him in high school and he's already in his 30s.
Y'all talking about poor Chubbs.
No, they talking about Ricky.
Redline Ricky.
The only one with a picture in the paper.
That's true.
And besides, then I need to go.
Is Lily still around or is she gone back up front?
She comes back with another card of microfiche.
Lily, I think I found what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you bringing more back though.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Let's try it.
Yeah, I was just making sure he wasn't yelling for help or.
Right.
Let me ask you, do you know anything about Redline Ricky?
No.
His crew back in the 50s, 60s?
Well, that's well before my time.
You work here, I didn't know if maybe you knew anything.
Granny might have, but
She's not around, I'm assuming.
she is still with us, just not here.
No, that's what I knew she's alive, but you said the Ambo driver's last name was Lovins.
Correct. Mm-hmm. That is correct.
I think we found what we need, and I appreciate you letting us look early so we can get a jump on what we need to jump on.
That we will that I from the FBI can make sure that we can make sure that you get a little bit more funding because you helped us. Thank you.
Taking good care of this place.
Yes.
Well, yeah. You gotta keep up knowledge.
Right.
Or else these little motherfuckers won't learn how to read.
Yeah, but I can tell it's special.
Yes.
To your family, at least. But we appreciate your help. And you might hear from us again. Probably not. I think we got what we needed.
Yes.
Okay. So you leave, you can feel your power come back, so I don't have to tell you there is a -3 ongoing if you try to do anything.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Any magic-y stuff in here.
Oh. That would have negated my weird.
Alright, out there, Pazari, you've just been walking down the
There's a
main
demon.
road. Did you walk back towards the Waffle House?
I would've, like, I'm trying to cover, like, I am being temptation. For the ghosts.
No ghosts show up. I mean, it's also like, you're sitting there like, yeah, hold on. Fuck you, Daystar. No ghosts show up. You do piss off a bunch of people driving who are used to not having to pay attention in the road.
Keep flipping them off with my candy cigarettes.
Yeah, so Pazari's been walking for about the 20 minutes. Like, just walked up and down the road. Roll me a d6 real quick, Neysa, to see where exactly you might have sauntered to. You're at the Dollar General.
Is it open? Wait,
Yes.
it's Sunday.
The Dollar General is... Okay, if it is Sunday, no, it is not open.
Well, you said people was trying to get to church.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be Wednesday.
Yeah.
We do
But it's a morning.
I
They
don't know
could
how
have
this
a
weird ass
they
town
could have a
works.
Saturday picnic.
This quinceanera was Saturday night, right? So that means it's Sunday morning. And we easy.
That's
like
true.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, so
Dollar General will still be open. It's
Yeah,
corporate.
true. It
Not
is
like
open.
they selling alcohol.
They actually put brown paper over the glass cases for the beer.
Let's be real. This is a little town. They don't have
Yeah.
alcohol selling.
I'm going in the Dollar General.
Okay, you go in.
Where did the demon go?
Pull
You're
out.
really not very good at this whole handler thing, are you?
I am more of cleanup and medical.
Yeah, we don't need to be on cleanup duty.
I just felt
here.
like she was just like, just to find out.
But that's the
Well,
thing. That's the
that I
thing.
can-
If she does, that's a betrayal of the code. It's supposed to be discipline, not
You wandered off.
Hold
Not
on,
radio
hold on.
call.
Hold on. I gotta lock my demon up.
No, I'm not gonna hit the button yet.
Okay, so what are you doing, Pazari, inside the Dollar General?
How many people are working?
Looks like one gentleman is behind the register that might probably also be the manager. You don't see anyone else in the store right now.
I'm kind of nod gruffly at him as I enter, and I'm gonna go find the aisle that has, like, all the really bad, like, out-of-season socks. Like, the novelty socks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull them all off the racks and leave them in a giant pile on the floor.
Oh, you son of a bitch! As a retail worker.
I'm not gonna make you roll for this because there's only one other human in here. They can't see you do this.
I know.
So you've just piled socks on the floor. What else are you doing before you leave?
I'm going by the drink cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbing a Pepsi.
The drink of Satan, yes. Dewey, what are you doing?
I'm jumping down. And I'm taking it over to the register. And I'm gonna make a big show of... Must have left my wallet in the hotel. You reckon you could spot me a drink, man? It seems like it's getting pretty warm out there.
It wouldn't be if you weren't in leather pants.
Well, I know, but see, the airport hasn't delivered all my luggage yet. I mean, obviously I'm from out of town. So...
This airport, Monroe.
Ain't no airport.
Well, not here. But this is where I am for work. They haven't delivered all my luggage yet because it got lost on the transatlantic flight. Look, I'll go back to the hotel. I'll bring back my wallet. I'll be right back.
You just.
I'm leaving the Pepsi on the counter.
What did you do to the Pepsi?
Nothing. It was just a ruse.
Think it was shook up or something, and like devils are gonna pour out of the Pepsi if anyone opens it.
No, it's a ruse so he doesn't know that I made a pile of socks.
Oh. So you go walking outside. Yeah, the demon's nowhere to be found.
Oh,
you
shit.
can't. The main road has a bit of a bend.
Right.
Dollar General here, library here.
I'll be walking back toward the car. Like, I mean, I'm supposed to be heading back toward the hotel, and it's near the car, so.
There they are.
Hi, yeah, I was trying to tempt out the ghost car, and it wasn't working, so I dropped into the Dollar General, but then I didn't have any money for a Pepsi, so.
Well, I think we know the origin of the ghost car.
Yes.
Cool!
So
How do we get them?
I'm not sure yet. We need to go check out the old bridge, find out.
You said you knew.
There. I know the origin.
Yeah, so.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it is! Everything starts somewhere.
That's the origin. I didn't say I know how to catch the ghost.
You go there, and you bring them back. They always return to the scene of the crime, don't you know?
How much do you work with ghosts?
How much do you work with me?
As little as possible.
Exactly!
So we basically have arcane magic knowledge, divine but no magic knowledge, and demon knowledge. Yes.
I would argue there's no knowledge in that.
I do have a -1 in sharp.
So, if you go down the road past the sheriff's office corner and town hall, post office, little bric-a-brac type shop that's in every small town. It's like nobody has money to be buying these tchotchkes. These have been sitting here for like 20 years. How do you still stay in business?
Ripping out people.
So you go past that and you can see, you get towards the levee, and the road just ends at the levee.
So there was a bridge?
There is a levee, the road you're walking on, the road that runs along the levee, noted as Levee Road, but Old Main Street dead ends at the levee.
We'll walk up the levee.
I'm going to read a bad situation.
Okay, read a bad situation. You're walking up the levee, Pazari.
I'm gonna follow the one who hates me. The new one that hates me. The one I don't know as well.
This is the song.
I'm not going to burn it. I'm going to just spend a point. I am going to just mark experience, even with a +2, but that still wasn't enough.
That's sad.
Can't get a read on it. Go industrial for now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm walking up to on top of the levee.
You go on top of the levee and you look out across the Washita River, which I think is still the Washita through there. And across, you see the levee on the other side. And you can see the new, cement style overpass type highway bridge that is further down, that is the new bridge.
So, what was this supposed to accomplish? It's a river.
I'm going to turn around so that I'm not facing the river right off the bat, and I'm going to open my third eye to read a bad situation. So...
Okay, what'd you get on the read a bad situation roll?
I had got a 5,
Okay.
so I marked experience.
Okay, for a moment, take in extra info. I take a +1 on the results of a 7 or more, unless I can see anything invisible. Okay, so that's a 7. So I see. I get a +1 hold, but nothing, and bad things does not happen to me.
You don't start taking a nosebleed and draw unwanted attention.
Yeah, if I had gotten under a 7, I would still get a +. I would hold 1, but I would be exposed to supernatural danger.
So. Cthulhu is watching.
Bigfoot just walks up to you, punches you, and leaves.
And just goes back to making NFTs.
Fucking Bigfoot, Jesus!
I mean, it is just his southern cousin, not the Honey Island Swamp Monster.
Hey!
That's a Rougarou. That's a Rougarou. That is not a Bigfoot. Do not slander the gentle Janasquas.
It's the Falk monster on vacation down from Magnolia.
But I open my third eye and I'm scanning around from facing this way on the levee, down, around, and I'm gonna face the water last because I know how water goes with that. My +1, let's hold. So what's the Biggest threat.
As you look around, the biggest threat is a 6'6" demon standing next to you that you see the horns and the wings and all this nonsense that's behind this individual.
I am always the center of attention.
I could have known that without asking the question.
Yeah, so as you look around, your third eye in town, you get like a glimpse of something spiritual that's there and gone. Almost as if it saw that you were staring at it and it quickly got out of your way, but it's not the energy that you felt before from the greasers. So there's probably other ghosts in this town. There's always probably ghosts somewhere, and they'd much rather be left the fuck alone for the most part.
Can I sense that this one's eyeballing me with magic?
I mean, if you do, roll me weird.
That's what I sensed before. What am I feeling now?
Huh?
You said that's what I saw.
No, I'm saying is, no, when you look, because you said you were looking back to the town when you opened it.
No, like, standing here on the town's this way. I'm starting over here, scanning this way until I turn, and then I face the river last.
Okay, what I'm saying is when you scan over the town, that's what you get.
Okay, so there's ghosties, but not that are interested in us.
Yeah, and then the levy, like, there is obviously other random spiritual creatures, some fae or something that are out here that naturally occur wherever, because woods.
Mm-hmm.
There is Pazari, who you already know is a demon,
So, yeah.
and you see more of their true form.
It's pretty.
It has a leather vest for no reason.
It's pretty.
Pretty subjective.
And then as you get to the river, much like any other large body of water that is flowing, is literally looking at a river of light. It is bright, it is overwhelming.
So there's no like astral version of the bridge or anything or car.
You don't see a ghost bridge.
I was trying not to say ghost bridge, smartass.
There is no ghost bridge. If there's anything further in the water of the river, with what you rolled in your cursory glance of just scanning, you can't see it because it's like you're looking directly into a halogen bulb.
Do we know, are most of these attacks happened at night or during?
Y'all didn't get that report from the cops.
Should we basically try the old-fashioned way of just asking the officials of the town? I certainly want to go in and talk to that ambulance driver.
Don't you think you've pestered them enough?
No.
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 I mean that.
I'm leaning back almost off camera.
So then that. Should we cover more ground?
Yes, I was hoping to see a little more.
Stream looks frozen. Are we still streaming?
It's still green over
It's still
on
green.
OBS.
It's just it does that sometime. Whenever the eye stream, I think that's just a good refresher probably.
Yeah, let's refresh the screen real quick. Make sure we're not running into some other unforeseen problemo. We don't have any frame drop, do we?
It's still showing 30 frame per second and hovering around 2 to 3 CPU.
Okay, so there's nothing else over there that's talking about any frame droppage? Okay,
Drop
good.
frame 0.
Okay, just hit refresh and let's see if it's
Technical issues.
technical issues, folks.
Okay.
Yep,
Wait.
it's good.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
So, what are y'all doing?
I was hoping we might catch a glimpse of something here since this is where it happened, but it's possible that I'm looking for is in the river, which I can't.
I could go take a look.
With a third eye?
What?
What?
What? I could be an anglerfish, and then I'd have a little bubbly thing.
Not a literal thing in the water, Pazari. It's a sight thing. Like running water.
I could take you into the water.
No, that would
I wouldn't even be an alligator. I could just be a giant catfish.
That would probably give me a migraine beyond belief. Because looking at it with this, it's like a sea of light. Because it's running water.
How do I look?
I'm assuming your true form is a demon. Very tall with big leathery wings.
Aren't I pretty? Tell me I'm pretty.
I think of demon, I mostly think of a tiefling skin fae, so, you know.
That shit is lame. This is better. Do you want me to go take a look? I could go take a look.
I was going to go in and...
Sure, go jump in the river.
Cool! I'm gonna turn into a fish and flop my way down the levee.
I'm gonna go talk to the sheriff.
I'm going to go talk to the
you turn to fish, roll me
EMT.
tough. Because, I mean, it is a levy.
We're like gods!
No, there's other stuff. Turning into a catfish, flopping on the ground.
I'm flopping downhill, though.
Yeah, I know.
Just turn on the cycle.
9.
Okay. You don't suffocate yourself and die as a fish, flopping awkwardly down the river until you get into it. Now, roll me tough again.
Okay, I've technically... Wait, no, that's for when I kick ass, so never mind. It's just flat tough. Okay. 7.
Okay. So, you're swimming against the current, and it's not going great. You're not being swept off, but for anybody that's actually jumped in the Washita River, you're gonna float a minute.
I'll turn gator. Get a little more oomph in this.
Totem.
So
I'm under the water, bitch.
So with your read me your shape-shifting ability.
It says you may change your form, usually into an animal. Decide if you have just one alternate form or several, and detail them. You gain +1 to investigate a mystery when using an alternate form's superior senses, like smell for a wolf, sight for an eagle. I would assume an underwater creature would have its underwater sight would be considered superior sense.
Fish have terrible vision.
But gator don't.
Gators don't have great vision.
But they have better vision underwater than they do above water.
dolphin.
And they would have better vision than demon would have underwater.
Cloudy water as well.
A dolphin in the Washita
I will
River.
accept
that
a
will
flat
create
roll
attention.
just to turn into
Yeah.
a gator.
Well, no, I'm saying you don't have... I'm trying to make sure that we know how many forms you have, because there has to be some limitation on the shape-shifting.
It
I
says
don't think it's
one
me.
alternate form or several.
Okay.
I've been a crow, I've been masculine,
A
I've been
squirrel.
feminine, I've been squirrel, I've been fish
Catfish.
now. I could be gator. I know we're in the South. I know what a gator look
I'm
like.
making sure that there is not some wonky wording here.
It says you may change your form, usually into an animal. Technically, humans are animals. Decide if you have just one alternate form or several, and detail them.
Okay. I'm just making sure there's not some other... Because
You gain
I've not played the Monstrous before.
You
so.
gain +1 to investigate a mystery when using an alternate form's superior senses, like smell for a wolf, sight for an eagle. That is the end of the text for Shapeshifter.
Cool. So if you're trying to do anything, investigate a mystery. If you're trying to use gator vision in murky moving water.
I'll just roll it flat. I'll be fair. Also, I don't really care if we actually succeed or not. 9.
9.
No, sorry, 10.
Okay, so 10. So ask your questions. Because with the 10 you get to hold how many?
Those.
2.
2. It's the 12 that's when things start getting good.
They've mentioned ghosts. Where did it go?
Okay, looking through here, where did the ghost go? You don't see any sign of where they went, per se. But you can see that a lot of stuff down here has been moved as you get closer to the bottom, which is where, assuming you're going to
Yeah.
gatorly scooch.
Yeah.
your way
Literally
down.
scooch.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the slow float down until I'm on the bottom, and then...
So, what I'll say is, there have been several large things that have come through here and disheveled the bottom. It is not smooth. That's a John boat. That's a nice John boat. Oh, there's a hole. It's not a nice John boat. There's a lot of shit that's been dumped down here, so figuring exactly where something went is not really clear, because don't pollute people and throw shit in our rivers.
Please.
Yes, I know that I cannot.
You don't get to talk.
Oh yes, something nearly 20 years ago.
This year I threw an exercise bike.
Yes, I threw an
in the
exercise
bayou.
bike into a bayou to see if I was helping with the Louisiana Reef Project.
No, you were not.
Yeah, there was alcohol involved. Don't do that. So I mean,
sure
there's
it's still there?
what's your other? I don't think anyone dredged the bike up from the bottom of a bayou.
I'm just saying, if you go to ULM and you see a bike in bayou,
The only good base investigative mystery question: what is being concealed here?
You find drugs.
Well,
You find drugs. I'm going to say this. What is being concealed here is, as you're snuffling through, which is terrifying to think of.
Aww.
My dog has his head like right. I don't want to move my knee.
don't.
My leg is starting to go to sleep. I can feel pins and needles. And
Doesn't matter. You are trapped now until he decides he is done with that particular nap.
His eyes are still open. Anyway,
Doesn't mean he's not asleep.
you find an ice chest, and as you gator snuffle it open,
Yeah.
Drugs.
I am grabbing a hold of the drugs. With
okay,
with
everybody,
my
welcome to the
twofers.
new Monster of the Week game, Cocaine Crocodile.
Oh no.
Coca Gator. Look, if they can make the non-interesting story of Pablo Escobar from Georgia into a horror comedy, with I gotta go see Cocaine Bear because Tormund's in it.
Oh,
Ask her
Tormund
mom
did
what
not
she
get
wants to
enough
do tomorrow,
screen
she sends me
time.
this. That's not an answer.
That's Sunday?
I don't know.
Sunday.
Oh, no, that's the Saturday that we're doing all the stuff. for
Saturday.
Extra
Anyway.
So, yeah, you find drugs.
How big a bag of drugs?
I don't know how big of a gator you made yourself.
I'm a gator, man. I ain't no baby gator. I'm a big gator.
A big gator is 6 to 9 feet.
Yes.
So where in there?
I mean, Pazari's 6
Split
feet
the
tall.
split
Yeah.
the diff. 7.5.
Okay, so more than a gator mouth of drugs.
I'm gonna grab enough for one trip.
No, it's
Back-
it's like in a bag duct taped.
Oh.
So you can hump it. I'm just saying it is wider and longer than your snoot.
I will grab hold, like cat with kitten, to take to surface. I am retrieving the river drugs.
This is your fault.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
I know, but I'm thinking of what legitimately is at the bottom of a goddamn river right now. And
Bodies.
no, those usually get taken care of fairly quickly. They're not going to be.
They
Not
don't
by
get-
this
yeah.
corner. Just I just can't
Can't
kick it.
They'll
Can't
get
kick 'em in
they'll
the water.
get-
Can't
they'll
kick
get
in the water.
They get it.
That's called splash. You can't splash the bodies. You got to kick them.
So yeah, I'm bringing the drugs to the surface.
Okay, so is anyone waiting around as you watch the demon turn into
No.
like a
catfish and
4 or
flop
5 foot long catfish, flop like the worst wibble wobble down the
I
world?
haven't
No, I
heard.
mean, was like, I'm gonna go talk to the deputy.
I am gonna go try to talk to that ambulance driver.
Coming back with the drugs unattended.
Yes.
Okay, so let's resolve what's not happening with Drug Gator.
Okay.
So, as we're I'm assuming the deputy will be able to tell us where Lovins is.
Yes.
How long have you been part of this shadow government thing?
I've been part of it for 8 years.
How old are you?
27, 26.
Recruited right out of high school. Look at you.
Can't
Hey,
say
weird
mine.
kid, you want to come work for the government?
No, that I actually made a 5 on the ass bath.
I can't say my time with the Conclave is much different.
I mean, that the ass bath was a hard ass test, and then but they had wanted me even for that the supposed Space Force, but I was like, no, thank you.
Really, that's not a cover-up for
Force.
something? Or, you know,
I
more
mean
money?
that that's just a cover up for just like that whenever that the unholy angels attacked or something.
Because, gotta say, you came off a lot younger than you are.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that all it is just part of the cover. It just makes it just easy to get around, easy, just basically like easy enough to hold out my standard issue. M24.
I get that a lot, but the wizard. But
Okay, this conversation is like you've already made it there. That's
Yeah.
how little
Yeah.
this town is.
fucking
Elsewhere.
The gator growl as I reemerge,
Fucking-
looking for them on top of the levee.
the
So
sheriff's
cool.
office. Deputy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple questions that we wanted to go by you.
All right. Yeah.
First off, the ambulance
Driver.
Driver.
Lovins.
Lovins. Do you know where Nadine might be able to find him to ask a couple questions?
Oh, Willie.
Yes,
Might
Willie.
be at there's the 12-bed medical clinic that's just out past the library a little bit. That's where the one ambulance in town stays.
Okay.
Okay.
I had a couple of questions.
All right.
The bridge, the old bridge, when was that torn down?
Oh, okay. So first off, I need you to clarify that. It's butts. I need you to clarify that. There's been 4 old bridges.
Is Mousy here?
No.
Oh, right. The one that, the crash with the
Bank robbery.
bank robbery in 59 happened. Or was it 60? It was 60 something. 61?
I don't know.
What was the most recent one to get torn down?
The most recent one to get torn down was the one that the new bridge replaced in the same spot.
Before that.
There's the one that used
The
to
one
be.
that old Main Street led
Oh, we
to.
had 2 of those.
When did they get torn down? Or get destroyed, whatever happened?
One of them got torn down. Well, one of them fell down. You know how some bridges go like this?
Mm-hmm.
For
boats, I'm assuming.
The 2 bridges that used to be there, the center just went up like this. It had like crane thingies on a track. The first one, down in the water. Didn't get all of it up. Man, there's probably still a mess of it down there. They tried dredging it, but eventually they just started using that big pile driver that they put that's what my dad says, they just pounded all the stuff down deeper and deeper into dirt with
What about the other time?
same thing happened.
But when about was this?
Well, the first one probably got torn down fell down about 65, I think maybe. I don't know. The next one did the exact same thing, just a little bit before I was born in 77.
Okay.
And then the other one got replaced. Okay, the other one got replaced because you could see the river on either side. Now, not like looking over it, but like instead of having rain gutters, it's just holes. Kid got his leg stuck in there. So this deemed bridge was unsafe.
Great. Other question.
It's the reason Jed has a limp.
I've heard several reasons Jed has a limp at this point.
He just has 2 limps on both legs. So he walks
Isn't
mostly.
that just walking?
It's not.
Isn't that just bow-legged?
He walks like C-3PO. No, the way that his legs move.
I can't do the legs thing. That's not on screen.
It's a very particular thing.
Most of the attacks, they've been at night.
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Last question.
Hold on.
His computer ain't working.
If I know there's a computer room, I pull it in to keep it from blowing up.
My brand new eye machine.
Eye machine. Oh Lord.
It would have done that without your
You mean
magic.
an eye
I
medic?
know that too.
Is it colored on the back? Is it like purple? Are we
Considering
talking
this
that
is-
old?
Okay, if it was one of those, then you probably wouldn't have to worry too much because they were already all broke by that point anyway.
Okay. Last question. Do you know anything about, or remember anything about, Redline Ricky?
I have absolutely no clue who that is.
Alright. Where is, Deputy Mousy?
He got a phone call to go home.
Right.
Right.
I heard the
Angry
cursing.
wife.
I heard the cursing up here.
Happy wife, happy life.
I don't speak
Yeah.
Spanish, but I know those words.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Alright.
All right,
Go
then.
talk to
That,
Lovins, and I think we're gonna have to wait till nightfall to get anything else.
yeah. Let me go in and collect my other agent.
Pazari, what are you doing?
As soon as I get back out on the surface with the big bag of drugs, I'm gonna turn back into my human self, and I want to try to make myself and the big bag of drugs invisible.
Roll weird.
Hell yeah, 11.
Okay, goes off without a hitch.
I'm taking the big bag of drugs into town. I'm going first to the irony, toward the pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if there's any kind of a storage shed or like a back door.
There is a back door that the pharmacy does not have a storage shed to keep drugs in.
All right, I want to listen very carefully at the back door. Is there?
Roll me sharp to see if you hear anything.
All right, I'm still invisible too. So, hell yeah, 11 again.
No, you don't hear anybody.
All right, cool.
It's locked.
That's all right. Try to pick it with clouds.
Okay. Act under pressure.
Damn. Wait, this is okay. 7.
Okay. Pick it. Which one of your 3?
Sorry. Hard choice.
Okay, you can either keep trying to pick this lock, but you'll become visible, or you can stay invisible, but abandon your pick the back door with my fingernail.
All right. I will abandon the idea, and I want to still invisible. Want to let my wings out so I can fly up and kind of see if there's anywhere I could leave the bag of drugs on the roof.
There's totally space on the back of the roof that you can do, because it's got one of those. It's a 2-story pharmacy building, but the front, like, there's like a 3-foot.
The little facade.
Yeah. A facade around it.
Yeah. I'm gonna invisibly put the bag of drugs there. And let it become visible, but I'm staying invisible. I'm getting off the roof, and I'm headed back toward the hotel.
Okay.
All right.
Invisible drug drop on the roof. Calvin sitting up there taking his break. Thank you, O Lord, for this bounty that has been magically bestowed upon me. No, nobody's up there.
God damn it, Calvin.
What happened? Well, Calvin is dead.
Well, how? All the drugs.
I would have killed Calvin to make it look like a drug drop gone bad. I totally would have. Oh, the poor boy.
I shifted because
Yo, leg.
of that, and I don't have anything behind me.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, I'm headed back toward the hotel. I'll try to find a spot where I don't see any cameras, where it's relatively secure for me to re-visibilize and let my wings go.
Dude, as old as these cameras are, like they
You're good.
You're good.
I'm trying to make sure that nobody sees me. That's all. Like this is on the down low.
If you're just dropping behind a dumpster and popping up, nothing.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're good. Headed back toward the car.
Okay, so
Candy cigarettes again.
So you got that, and y'all are coming out of the sheriff's department about the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, what took so long? Been here for like hours.
We've been gone 20 minutes.
Exactly. Hours in a goldfish year.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, a lot of trash. I kind of feel good. These people are, they're doing a great job of really ruining their environment.
You know what? That you have been relatively good this time around.
I know, right?
So do you want a soda pop or something?
What good would that do?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what
Well, how did
You tried to buy a Pepsi, didn't have any money. She's offering.
What?
But do you want something to drink? I will buy.
Oh, I don't think we can go back to the Dollar General. That guy looked like he was on drugs.
Drug problem?
I mean, maybe. You never know. I mean, these small town people, they could be hiding anything. How was the deputies or whatever?
Well,
Would you talk to the
helpful.
coroner again?
It
or
was butt, so he
is it
wasn't
kicked any
like
more
that.
bodies?
I think we need to go in and talk to Mr. Willie Lovins.
Willie Levesque, got it.
Alrighty, and then we got to go to their hospital, which is up which is just
They actually
up
have a
the road.
hospital?
Oh, it's a clinic.
A clinic.
Oh, that's lame.
I think after that, we're just going to have to wait for nightfall because that's when all the attacks have happened.
That's where I shine. But yeah, no, I
Alrighty.
didn't find anything in the river. It's just a whole bunch of junk. I had fun being a gator, though. That was fun. I should do it more often. You reckon if I went to the zoo as a gator, like I pretended they got out, would they let me in, or would they be able to count?
I think they'd know you were an extra.
Yeah,
Oh.
because that is.
Could this earring turn into like a radio tag so they think I just wandered in out of the swamp, maybe? Maybe they're one of their trackers?
I don't think
should
that
do
they
that
have. I don't think that they have the funding for that.
Well, that'd be all the good reason for me to bite them then. I mean, that's self-defense, right? I mean, I'm trying to be a good person here.
Talking.
Yes, we are. We are about to be driving.
Sybil just picks up the pace slightly.
Picks up the pace to follow. I have
So-
long legs.
So, you eventually,
So do I.
you eventually get there, and you see that the ambulance from the night before is up there. There's a couple cars. You farted.
At least it wasn't you this time.
Alright, we'll go.
Couple of cars
She's
that
throwing over him so he gets.
do these cars look like normal cars? That they look like they are ready to race?
Oh yeah, the hospital, the doctor, and all the nurses are so in the direct. No, it is.
Okay.
It is just literally.
Go inside.
Yeah.
Go
So
inside.
you go inside.
I'll go inside.
It is literally there is a waiting room, a hallway, and rooms. Like this is very much a. You are not going to get major treatment or anything here. There, you did see a helipad outside as well. So you get there, and there's a young gentleman wearing scrubs.
Do you want to talk to Lovin's last time?
All right, and then that. Yes, that is Mr. Willie Lovinson.
Thought his name was Levesque.
No.
You mean Mr. Lovins?
Yes.
Yeah, he's. There's my child yelling to keep himself awake in the bedroom.
Oh,
He is still.
he is what?
Sorry, I just hear my child
Oh,
grunting and stuff in his room. Mom is the nice disciplinarian. I am the one that's usually stop it. Anyway, so Mr. Lovins is getting ready to leave. His shift's over.
oh, then that does he have that does that he have a
Oh, okay.
now then that does he have an office or anything that?
Oh, he's just in the break room.
Okay, then that can I make my way back there?
Why?
We're working
FBI.
with the sheriff's
Oh, okay,
department.
yeah, go.
All right, just go to the back,
Flashing that more than Herschel Walker flashed a fake badge.
and then I asked that I am walking back. Could I try to read a bad situation again?
Definitely. Maybe.
Much better. Yay, 12.
Maybe.
What?
Would you get me that drink during the show?
Okay, so I
You
get
always have to
3.
drink some damn shit.
Okay, then I am gonna ask, what is my best way out?
You note very quickly that there is a fire escape at the back of the break room you're heading to. Like lobby, desk,
Okay,
bathroom. Looks like there's a break room back behind the desk, and maybe there is a place for the doctors to do some patient.
Yeah.
There's probably at least a doctor and a nurse practitioner here.
going to say aside as that I am walking to the break room to Pazari, you might want to go in and check on the fire escape outside, just in case. And
Well,
then
there's what I'm saying is you see that
right.
There's the door you came through. All the windows are large enough and built in a manner that you can get people out.
Okay.
It's not the newest little clinic, but it is definitely built. Like at the end of the hallway, there's another door. There are multiple exits out of this because they follow OSHA standards.
Alrighty, in that. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet?
No,
Okay.
except the knife. No, just
No.
Pazari.
Are we
Sorry,
doing
but-
murder yet?
Pazari, put away your murder knife. Just get out your I'm glad to meet you knife.
It's candy.
That
I'm just saying, it's Pazari. I felt Pazari inside the jacket has my pleased to meet you knife. Murder knife.
best way in is going to be through the break room. I'm going to be like, what is the biggest? What is?
Do you have that one as advanced already?
No.
No. Well, then,
No. Then I give.
oh, sorry.
three
You're right. You're
on
right.
that situation. What is the most vulnerable to me?
Okay, so I'm going to answer that with two parts.
Sure.
Okay. Technically, the most vulnerable to you is going to be Pazari.
damn that.
You
button.
could literally click that button until Pazari is a puddle.
Right.
Not in a good way, Pazari.
I know. And it's sad.
But considering who you're walking with, but also you know that going in, and when you get in there, Willie has changed, pullover,
Yeah.
shirt, blue, canvas, khaki, pants. You know, he's probably pretty vulnerable to you because he's an older gentleman. Not like old, but you know, he's in his, I think I described him as in his 50s at
So
least.
kind of like that stocky older. He look like he can still mess you up.
He could probably handle himself, but you know, you could handle yourself better. So I'm saying that, like, he is not a, I guess what I'm trying to say is he's not a threat to you.
Okay.
Because you know that if this does go sideways, you got it. You're also carrying a very powerful firearm somewhere upon your person.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, remind me, what is it?
It is a highly mastercraft M24 that is foldable, so I can easily conceal it.
It's a long arm.
Switchblade gun.
No, it's just Jason Momoa with the collapsible outside chair, whatever that's from.
Just going to be like, Mr. Levins, I know that your shift is over. I just wanted to ask a few questions about...
Oh, you're
Yes,
the agent
from
from last night?
That is correct, sir.
All right. What you need?
That...
I mean, I don't know if there's anything else unnecessarily.
Do you know someone by the name of...
Redline Ricky.
It is a Redline Ricky Levins.
Yeah, that was my uncle.
That your uncle?
Yeah, he died before I was born. I mean, I was born in '63. But yeah, that was my daddy's baby brother. He was a bit of a hot rod enthusiast.
That you don't say.
Yeah, my dad's got pictures. He used to work on the crew with him. I think there was Charlie and Stanley.
Charlie and Stanley. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay, that makes sense. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The morning coffee of these places.
No, you went to the pharmacy. I can smell it from here. They
But-
burn their shit.
I left my coffee in the car, and I'm gonna head back out.
So
Zari's just gonna murder people, and this gotta go over to like heart monitor.
So
The one piece of equipment they have.
No, I'm
So-
heading back outside.
So basically, that I know that we had did some research at the library and stuff, and then whatever happened to that old mechanic shop?
Oh, Granddaddy's mechanic shop.
Yes.
I mean, from everything I understood, Uncle Richard, he stole the deed,
Yeah,
the mortgage.
we read that.
Problem is that our bank is part of a chain, and they had a copy. So Granddaddy still lost the shop because town was already losing its population back then. So I mean,
Who did they sell it to?
It sat abandoned. The bank, nobody really wanted to buy it. You know.
Is it still there?
Oh no, that thing got torn down years ago. It's
Where was it located?
where the Dollar General is now.
See, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, it was where the Dollar General's at now. It used to be Granddaddy's old mechanic shop, and also used to be Cousin's tire place.
Is the same bank still here?
Oh no, that thing closed up years ago. We ain't even got a bank here. You got to drive all the way over to Faraday.
Is it still abandoned, or is it
It's the pharmacy. Well, it's part of the pharmacy now.
So out of character. Where are these in relation to each other? Towards where the old bridge used to be.
So that the Dollar General used to be the mechanic. I mean, that the mechanic shop is now the Dollar General, and then that the tire shop is part of the pharmacy now.
And that road is what leads to the levee where the old bridge was, correct?
Right.
I'll bet you that's where most of the accidents have happened.
Yeah, then they kept
I
saying.
wonder if they're traveling the same route.
I'm just trying to think about the reason of why that these ghosts would be doing this.
Could be they're just following what they were doing before. Could be they're just deciding to cause chaos. Obviously they're able to leave that path because they came
Right.
there last night.
But something must have happened at night for them to keep being undisturbed and keep.
So that's the quick doodle map.
Doodly.
Main Street
Waffle
is
House,
Mhm.
Main
Dollar
Street is
General,
Old Highway 8.
Bridge. Okay, but the pharmacy is up here.
So it's literally across that road.
So they would have started down here probably, gone up there, and come back down to the bridge.
So that the old.
Now the accidents have been on both sides of the river on Highway 8.
He said the bank was where the pharmacy is now.
Right, that little bump out. So the pharmacy. It looks okay.
You wanna see
Again,
that?
this is something that's very specific to kind of small town south. Is there are always old buildings that were built right next to each other that now people have knocked out a wall or have connected them somehow because they bought both old buildings.
Alright, I was just trying to get sort of a better
I don't
idea.
internet.
Where
I don't know if
everything
that's
was.
anywhere else. What you said, David?
I was just trying to get a better idea of where everything was because you mentioned like 4 different places and I couldn't visualize where they were in relation to each other.
So I mean, it's literally you could go Highway 8 goes this way. There's another little highway that I forget the number of that goes up north back this way. And then there's Old Main. Now there's a couple other streets, but for the most part, not a big.
Not that are really important right now.
You would blink and miss this place.
Right. And back in character, gonna just talk to Willie and be like, one more question that before you go, that I promise that I will not call it in or anything like that. Is it any just word about illegal street races or anything that y'all have?
I mean, I can't say kids don't try to drag race. I mean, especially on the straighter strips of this, but most of the time, let's be honest, 18-wheelers are the main things coming down through here hauling lumber and hauling dirt and gravel, and you do not want to be in the wrong lane on one of those things. Also, you go a little bit further up the road, you're going to have combines about every other day, and that just slows shit down forever. It does, and it's annoying.
Yo.
Yeah.
Have you gone to each of the accidents? Have you been there to...
No, there's only 3 of us that run the ambulance here.
I just don't know if you in particular were
I've been for most of them, yeah.
I'm just curious.
I usually draw the short straw. I mean, wife left me, so I'm kids grown up. I don't mind taking the night shift. Means I get to go out and do my business during the day, sleep when everybody else is out doing whatever they are. Then I work, and it's quiet for the most part until the last little while, and people just keep running off the road. Also, I'm the only one that doesn't really vomit every time they see something terrible happen. Like, you ever seen what happens when a person gets pulled up into a combine?
Would rather not.
Rather not.
term is meat batter.
I've probably seen something similar, but rather not see that in a combine.
Agreed.
Gotta throw out all the corn.
Well, we appreciate you talking to us.
We do
Mr.
appreciate
Levins.
that, Mr. Lovins.
All right. Well, I'm about to go home and go to bed.
All right.
Night.
So, he's kind of confirmed. Just to kind of, he's kind of confirmed these are happening at night. So you know that seems to be on the highway, both sides of the river.
Is it anything up in lore, Sybil, about anything about ghosts and roads or anything like that?
Roll weird. Pazari, you're not in here, are you? What are you doing?
I wanted to go try to find a payphone.
11.
There, you know. Okay. If that is, yes, there is a payphone.
I want to go
This place is
rummage.
old as fuck.
I want to rummage in the car to find some change for the payphone.
You find change as you get over to the Southern Bell telephone.
Can I?
You find 24 cents.
That's enough for a couple dimes. Can I? How do I do this? You know what? Okay. I'll see if I can dial up the operator.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask for the yeah, I want to ask for the pharmacy's phone number.
Okay, they give it to you.
I'm gonna dial up.
I was about to tell you, roll me a d6 to see if this thing even works. But no, I'm not going to be mean. This is interesting. I want to see where it goes.
I want to dial up the pharmacy. And when they answer, disguise my voice so that it sounds like I'm using a voice changer. I'm looking around, make sure nobody's nearby. And I want to I'm calling in a bomb threat.
Roll manipulate someone.
You allowed this.
I know.
Now, I have a natural appeal that I can roll weird instead of charm when I manipulate someone. However, I feel like that might be more of a face-to-face thing. But if you allow me,
You
I'll
are
use
using magic to transform your throat hole.
it. 9.
Alright, so let's look at what that says. I believe that means...
They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it.
I'm gonna blow this shit up if you don't get out.
Okay, the gentleman that's on the pharmacy, hear this, it's an older voice. Hello?
I placed a bomb on the roof.
Hangs up. This old man ain't got shit for that. Ain't got time for that.
I'm gonna use the other dime.
Okay.
Wait, do you need to put... It's been a while since I've had to use a payphone. Do you need to put a dime in to dial 911?
No.
No.
Then I'm just gonna dial 911. I'm gonna pocket the other 14 cents.
Man, Willie just got off work.
I placed a bomb on the roof of the pharmacy. It's going to go off in 10, 9. What the fuck?
You just hear the phone hang up. It's a more urgent hang up.
Alright, cool. I am immediately leaving the payphone. And
Okay.
going to wait in the car.
Y'all walked.
Going back to the car.
Y'all,
Like I'm heading away from the payphone to wherever the car is. Wherever I
that's
found the
back at the
payphone.
hotel.
Wherever I found the payphone, I'm heading back toward the car.
Okay, the payphone was just outside the clinic, so now you're heading back to the hotel back
That's
in
fine.
town. Okay, so y'all get this done. Sybil, what were you doing while the interrogator, you were there with him?
I was
Or with her.
With her.
Okay, so y'all come back. Pazari's nowhere to be fucking seen again.
You're really bad at this.
Like,
Could I roll a sharp to see if I can even find?
Yep, totally can.
Nope. But
So,
is.
as y'all start, Pazari, as you're walking into town, coming around that bend, you see Deputy Butts.
hold the talon sharp.
Okay. You see Deputy Butts running with SWAT gear on and big heavy mitts towards the pharmacy.
They told me we were going to have to wait until nightfall. I'm creating entertainment.
So, yeah, you see Pazari with a candy cigarette about maybe 3-4 minutes away. So y'all gotten just enough around the bend back to the rest of town that you can see
I'm sauntering.
everything. And apparently, there's a bunch of people standing outside the pharmacy. An old man looking pissed. Y'all are still a ways away. Pazari just seems to be.
What did he do?
I'm not even back to the car yet, though.
No, they're behind you.
Right.
So like they're walking here.
Yeah.
You're up here. I figured you've slowed down to watch your handiwork a little.
Oh, yeah,
bit.
but I'm not stopping because that would be suspicious.
So y'all see that right there, and you see that
over there.
What did he do?
I don't know, but gonna find out.
You could try.
Do y'all try to go to the pharmacy, or do you try to catch up with Pazari?
I go to the pharmacy to see what's going on, like a human being.
Wouldn't they have to pass me to get to the pharmacy? Where's the map again?
You're gonna eventually be going this
Oh,
way.
yeah, you're right. It veers off the other direction.
I want to
right.
find out what's going on at the pharmacy.
So because you said you're heading back to the car, so you're
Yes.
gonna veer off this way, and they're gonna
Yes.
keep going around. So
Right.
you get there, and there's about 7-8 people still outside, including the pharmacist, who looks as old as fucking Moses.
What's going on?
What is going on here?
Deputy just decided that something's up. Came running over here looking like he wanted to be a goddamn catcher.
Where's the
Wait.
deputy?
Where is the deputy?
He said there's something up. Someone called earlier saying there's a bomb on my roof. Fuck them. There ain't no
bomb.
bomb on.
A bo-
Who? There is no way to get on my roof other than a ladder at the back of my second floor, so I can get up and put the Christmas lights up. In fact, I left them up. Didn't get them down. So anyway,
He has just said that the only way to get on his roof is his access. I'm sending this man to jail for drugs.
so the only way to get up there is through a ladder on the back.
Is that where the deputy is?
Probably, but as much bullshit as he put on, he ain't getting his fat ass through that. Also, I mean, if there is a bomb and it went off, I'm insured. And it just means my kids get money and I go to see little 5-pound baby Jesus. He was a preemie, you know.
I'm gonna start
Says
walking
it in
around.
the
The
I'm gonna
Bible
start
that it's-
walking around too, and it is gonna be okay. We are about to go in. We are about to go in and like investigate
I'm
whatever.
about to go back in because I got business. I'm making somebody's.
I'm already walking to the back of the
Same.
building.
Yo, fuck it. He just goes back in. This is the best adorable old man I've ever made. It's just the
You're welcome.
the pharmacist that's pissed.
You're welcome.
All right. So whenever
I
we
did
go
this.
to the back, what do we see?
There's a stairwell that goes up to a second floor that has like a little kitchenette. Looks like there was probably an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Might still be used as an apartment, but it's definitely not. It hasn't currently been used recently. It doesn't. And then you see a little bit of light and a ladder coming from an open closet door, and you hear yelling.
Deputy?
Deputy.
I'm gonna need y'all to not make any type of jokes.
Are you stuck?
Are you stuck?
Yes. He is. You see legs. He is Winnie the Pooh at Rabbit's house.
I'll grab left, you grab right.
My drive
Here's
is
the
cruelty.
deal.
What is more cruel than a fat man stuck in a chimney?
He's like, if you pull him out, it's like 10 foot of ladder.
That.
Can I?
Are
He's
you?
like 10 feet up.
Are we going?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
His feet are about 7.5.
So that he's doing the cartoon thing.
So there's a ladder in the spot that goes up, and there's one of those like flip-up latch type, like hatch type things. Deputy Butts has gotten stuck
Right about here.
at his butt.
So he's
Nice.
the ladder's right there too, though.
The ladder is it's like right on the wall.
Can I want to word this right? I want to use magic to do something that's not humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shift the hole and the ladder so that he doesn't fall straight down 10 feet, but that it kind of curves enough for his butt to slide out and he kind of slides down.
I was just going to just suggest that we could basically, I can basically kind of give him a shove up, and then you can use your magic to basically make it easier for him to go.
He's 7 feet up. I don't think you can reach.
That if
the
there's a
ladder.
ladder, yeah, it's a ladder.
I'm afraid he's gonna fall on you anyway.
I can dodge roll out the way. He's fine.
That's the medic. She can take care of it even if she does
All
get
right,
squished
so
by a
let's
giant
roll.
deputy.
Do something that roll me weird.
So wait, what do you want me to do? Want me to get him out this way, or do you want to try and shove him out?
Let's just get him down here.
One of us can probably climb up that ladder easier anyway. Plus, I think this is bogus, so... And 11.
Okay, so magic works without a hitch. So you're doing one thing
So
that
it opens up just enough for him to come sliding out, and it just curves. Almost like his weight did it, but it doesn't bend. It kind of curves, so he just kind of slides out onto the floor, so he doesn't hurt
so
himself.
and you're tugging, right?
Well, she can't. Well, I was just gonna do it so we didn't have to get him
Yeah.
to tug on.
Okay, so boop, like there's a little bit of a pop as he comes sliding back down the ladder.
You all right there, deputy?
There's a bomb threat. They said there's a bomb on the roof of the pharmacy.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we heard. How about I go up and take?
How about we go up and take a look at it?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, whenever y'all climb up, the opening is not big. It's one of those, like, if you go back...
Sybil's skinny.
I mean, I'm saying that I am not as thick a boy as either of these deputies. And there's a good chance I would have to finagle an angle to get through it, mostly because of shoulder width. So, it's not a wide... Not a standardized. Someone made this. Let's be honest. This hatch is repurposed from something else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sybil's gonna go up. And
You get up there.
Yeah.
It is a slightly sloped roof, tarred and pitched, ventilation pipes. Y'all roll me investigative mystery.
That is a 6.
Name.
That I level up.
Woo!
Now, so what you asking?
What do I want to do?
What happened here?
There is a mysterious package, roughly this by this.
That looks about the size of the snout of a giant crocodile.
There's like a small moving box from Home Depot wrapped in plastic and tape.
There's a box, but it's not ticking.
New bombs don't tick.
I kind of. Okay.
If it was a bomb, you'd be
Squish it.
dead.
I'd be fine.
There's a good chance
I have a shield.
you would have fizzled it.
I would have broke it anyway.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
problem is when it fizzles, it probably
Now,
explodes.
let's make sure we science this right. How long has it been since I dropped it there? Roughly.
Maybe 20, 30. Actually, a little bit longer than that. Probably about 30, 40.
All right.
I'm gonna take
What
that
is
shot
the
with
temperature
that
/
from
weather
0.
like today?
Not terrible.
Is it sunny?
Yeah.
Package somewhat dry, so it's not obvious that it came out of the river?
Probably.
Shingles underneath it somewhat dry, so it's not obvious it came out of the river?
If you pick it up, there's probably going to be a wet spot underneath.
All right. Fair enough. Continue.
There's probably also moisture within the tape.
Probably.
So,
But I'm kind of counting on maybe they're not going to open
Probably
it.
slimy
Fine,
after
alright.
being in the river.
Not necessarily. It was in a fridge.
It was in a cooler.
True.
But then it was pulled 20 feet from the bottom of a river up.
Inside, like...
It's a package up here. It's slightly damp underneath. Did it rain
Slightly.
recently?
No.
Damn.
that there doesn't appear to be a bomb.
It's no bomb. It's something.
Well, what's the package?
I don't know.
I can't come up there to see.
We're coming down with
Alright, we're bringing it down.
Can the package go through the door? Trap door hatch?
It's awkward. Like, there's a lot of...
It's like, can you catch?
Huh.
Really caught it.
it. Well, let's just see what is in this thing.
You're just gonna open
not
it
a
on the
bomb.
poor
It's not
pharmacist's
a bomb.
like
Unless some
kitchen
dude goes,
table.
I really
The
don't care at
pharmacist
this
has
point.
come upstairs. Hey, found. Oh shit, there was something up there.
Not a bomb. Something.
Not a
He
bomb.
looks at, not Christmas decoration.
Watch the pharmacist actually have been one of the guys that dropped it in the river a while ago.
The hell is it?
I don't know.
We
It was
don't
up
know.
on the roof.
It was on the roof.
Well, open it! The deputy's like, we will have to open this back at the... You can open that right now, little Mr. Butts. Or else I'm going to tell everybody you done got stuck up there again.
Again.
Well, he did.
Yeah.
Again.
I got a
I
knife.
was about to say, you are in the South and you don't have a knife.
I have a knife
He
only.
pulls out a black, folding knife, just
Oh.
cuts it open. It's a fuckload of cocaine.
That's a lot of drugs.
That's a lot of drugs.
I ain't seen anything like that since the 70s.
That's when he dropped it in the river.
There's like, the old guy comes up.
Right in front of the cop?
That's cocaine.
You don't say.
That's cocaine.
It tastes like old Coca-Cola.
Stop doing that in front of a cop.
The cops. Well, you weren't going to do it to figure out when you ain't got no drug dog since you lost it in the woods.
Can I basically roll a shark to see that if I can put the pieces together about how this had happened?
Roll me. You know what?
You know what? Sybil doesn't care.
I'm
She's
gonna,
like,
I'm gonna say this is read a bad situation because
Okay.
that's a shitload of
is
cocaine.
it even
A
noon?
7? I got a 7, so I got one question. Read a bad situation. Looking at that, I want to go like, that these don't really fit these, but I can try to make this work with this one question. Like,
I need a nap.
looking at this bag, can I tell how this bag got out somewhere? So I'm basically trying to reflavor what is the bag's best way out.
Actually, let's read over all the questions for the
Okay.
stream's sake and
Yeah.
for mine.
Okay then, so what is the best way in? What is my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet? What is the biggest threat? What is most vulnerable to me? And what is the best way to protect the victims?
I'd say this old man's about to be a victim.
The old man's about to get held up at gunpoint for sniffing drugs.
No, he literally went over to see what.
Yeah.
But see, the best way out.
How the fuck someone get it up there?
I'm gonna say with this one, like you're immediately thinking this needs to be taken to the police department so we can investigate the package, not in like the abandoned apartment of an ancient pharmacist. Okay, that's what I was saying. Is like I know this should not have been here. It got here weird. We need to get this out of here now, and the best way for it to get out is with you.
Right.
And the deputy, so you can further investigate this back at the police station.
Okay, Deputy Butts, that we can basically investigate this back just at the thing that could I hold on to it, like close it back up?
Yeah, you can close it. The old man's not doing anything else. He said, yeah.
And I saw none of that.
I had to prove what it was. I mean, it could have been baking soda. It could have been something else. I mean, it could have been
Okay.
explosives. I mean, it still could have been. You got to taste it.
You know what? I didn't come here to deal with
Same.
bombs and drug deals, so I'm gonna go.
So you're going to go back with the deputy with the moving box full of cocaine.
I'm going back to the hotel.
You're going to the hotel. Pazari, you have been...
Once they like ran past me and I like slowed down enough and I saw them go in, I'd be hanging out on the corner just like seeing what happens. I'd try to get a position where I could see behind the facade of the building so I could see when they eventually come up
You
there.
can't really, because it's got the facade up here and then it's got the sides.
Damn, yeah, alright,
So-
fair.
I mean, you can occasionally see one of them pop up above
Yeah.
the facade because...
But once I don't see them anymore for a couple of minutes, I'd be heading back and just kind of chilling at the car again.
Okay, so...
Like I'm doing my best to not be suspicious right now.
Sybil, you're going to make it back to Pazari, so let's handle that real quick. Cause,
I was gonna go back to the hotel room.
Well, I'm
Okay,
across
so
the
you-
street from the hotel at the car.
so you're just walking straight to the
Didn't
hotel?
we parked in
Yes,
front of
that the
hotel.
car
Move.
still is
Oh,
there.
you moved. Wait, did you move the car from in front
Well,
of
the
the?
car's still parked at the sheriff's department.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, it's just across the street.
Yeah, it's literally across the street from the the not Best Western.
Best
I
Western.
guess I will look around to see if I see Pazari.
I'm
It's
I'm
hard
leaning
to
against
miss-
the car.
It's hard to miss the 6.5 foot tall individual wearing gas pipe leather pants and a blazer.
I'm also smoking an actual cigarette again. Not a candy cigarette. This one's real.
What have you been up to?
Waiting on all of you. What happened? I mean, you run over there to the farm. I mean, you people have a hero complex, and I just kind of... I mean, I thought you had this whole thing and you were investigating. Like, honestly. You're wasting your time, really. I mean, was there something going on there that
Deputy
you
got
needed
his
to be...
fat ass stuck trying to see if there was a bomb. It was drugs.
Does that have anything to do with your... bomb and drug... What the fuck is happening in this town?
I
Bomb,
don't
drugs,
know.
and ghosts, man. Somebody call Dorothy.
I came here to deal with ghosts, not bomb threats and drug deals. So I'm going to go make a call and probably take a nap because we have a while until it's dark.
Well, that's when I shine, so, I guess we'll kill time until then. Maybe they'll open the Waffle House back up with the pharmacy locked down on a bomb drug threat with the deputy's fat ass stuck in the ceiling.
I got him out.
Oh, good for you. Look at you, being a hero.
I don't have much of a choice.
Back to the sheriff's department. Y'all now have
Big box of drugs.
big box of drugs. You see one of the volunteer deputies. His name's Daryl.
Of course it is.
Double Deputy Daryl. He's Deputy Daryl.
all right.
Because he was deputized by the deputies.
Damn. I regret nothing.
That you know that this is copious amounts of cocaine.
That is one way to put it, yes.
So do you want your jurisdiction to handle this, or else that we can just basically take it off your hands so you don't have paperwork to do?
I feel like no matter what, this amount of drugs involves the federal government.
Okay.
Look at you. the
Like, this
federal
is some
government's right
Pablo
here.
Escobar bullshit. I don't... Y'all can have... I don't want... y'all can have...
Okay. Alrighty then. Then that basically that. Do you have an evidence bag I can put this in? Because I am not putting
Not
this.
that big.
I can get you a hefty bag. And I'll put it in our evidence locker to hold it for you so you're not walking around town with a trash bag full of cocaine. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
I can just have somebody from the agency pick it up. That's all.
All right. He comes back with a trash bag that has a little through the loopy.
Oh my god.
There's a tag on it that says metric fuck ton of cocaine.
This is beautiful. I'm so happy.
Alright, so to kind of speed this along before that Nadine goes to rest before that the final nighttime showdown that she's going to like whip out her phone and she's going to be like, we are going to play Let's Make a Deal with the Agency. And
So read me how this.
okay, then that requesting help or gear or making excuses for a failure. Roll plus sharp on a 10 plus. Your request for gear or personnel is okayed, or your slip up goes unnoticed. On a 7-9, things aren't so great. You might get chewed out by your superiors, and there will be fallout, but you get what you need for the job. On a miss, you screwed up. You might be suspended or under investigation or just in the doghouse. You certainly aren't going to get any help until you sort it all out.
Okay, so let's roll to see what happens as you call in.
Donna. Donna.
What happens when you spend luck?
Professional special. When you spend a point of luck, your next mission from the agency comes with lots and lots of red tape. Lots of it.
Okay, so how much luck have you spent?
2.
Dos.
Oh, you're gonna get like a really fun mission next time.
Oh, that, and plus that you get to have fun with this. Hostile superiors and interdepartment rivalry is the red tape.
There's just another organization that involves a guy named Harley that is going to now be trying to gun for your shit. Anyway,
Going to call and just say like, okay, that this is Agent Just Lambert here with just that the subject here, and then that I need 2 things. I am going to need my fire assault rounds, and then that I am going to need a personnel to pick up a copious amount of cocaine underneath just some local federal government.
I think we can handle that. Why is there this much cocaine?
I
The
honestly,
gator said so.
I just honestly just believe that somebody must have dug it up and at the river. I will basically deal with that situation.
Somebody? No, it was something.
All right, I think we can still handle that. We will have your fire assault rounds. We'll airdrop them. So you get these coordinates, and they give you the coordinates for like. Or would you give them coordinates?
I will basically just tell them that you know what, that you just know what my car looks like. You can just basically just like airdrop it by the car itself.
Okay.
I feel like they've got some kind of a ping on your car.
They probably do.
They do.
Low jack.
And then that as that she basically hangs up, then that she is going to basically go over to Pazari and be like, funny thing happened.
Yeah, I heard there was a bomb threat and drugs on the ceiling, and the deputy, his butt got stuck.
Yes, that was rather
ironic.
That was just rather unsettling to see and witness.
Ironic.
That before all of this,
butt stuck.
before that all
Was
of
he
this,
butt hurt?
I mean that it ain't no buts about it. But
Are
anyway,
you butt hurt?
No, are you?
Why?
Don't know, but I think that I do think that we need to get some rest before this mission.
I'm good. I don't know about you, man. I mean,
That you have been okay-ish good. I don't know what you have done yet, but I don't know. And then that she's just gonna go back and just basically just kind of just sleep up in the lobby versus just like disturbing Sybil.
That's weird.
Okay, so as night starts to fall.
I was gonna make a call.
Okay, you're making a call. Where you?
Originally, I was going to call someone who wouldn't annoy the shit out of me, but I know someone in New Orleans. It was about ghosts, and I want to make a quick call to see if they can tell me anything that might help with the ghosts or drawing them out.
Tell me who you're calling.
I'm calling Bruja Brewing to talk to Jeannie Marquez.
Okay. Roll me. When you call, it's very busy because I do not want to try to imitate another person's character's voice.
You've done it before.
I guess so. Hi.
Oh no. Okay.
Welcome to Bruja Brewing. How can I?
No, don't do that. Don't.
Oh, hi, Sybil.
Please
Real
stop.
busy.
Please,
Real busy.
Please stop.
Real
That's
busy.
terrible, Jeannie. And Emily will hurt you.
Like, no.
Not this Emily. The Emily who plays Jeannie is gonna hurt you.
She is tiny and far away and has baby.
You think she won't get...
You think you're
You
safe?
think you're safe?
See, here's the deal. I went out of this situation because if she does come to get me, she's bringing baby. I get to meet Izzy.
Anyway.
In any case.
I want to call Jeannie and tell her the gist and see if she has any recommendations on how to deal with this, how to draw them out, how to maybe deal with it.
The first thing she'll say to you is, have you tried talking to them?
Kind of, but they wouldn't really... They kind of went poof last night when I came across them.
Okay, the next thing is how
Also,
long
one
have
of them has a thing through their neck, so I don't know if they can.
Let's see, was that the little one?
It was one of the minion ones, not
Yeah.
the big guy.
So, you dealt with them once?
They kind of snuck up on us, yeah.
Yeah, I cannot give you any information off of one encounter. But it sounds...
They're driving a ghost car.
Awesome!
Any best way
Is
to draw
this
them
like
out?
Ghost Rider?
I feel like
Sure,
I would
Jeannie.
love Jeannie. Like, Pazari would love this chick.
Oh, no, that's never happening. No.
Ultimate Chaos Crew.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
Genie more than likely will try to kill Pazari almost on sight because of bullshit that's happened in other games. Anyway, I should say, I don't know, Salt.
No duh,
Did
Jeannie.
they look like they'd be opposed to?
They don't look entirely pleasant. One sort of gave me the I'm watching you thing.
Okay, so what you need to do is get a bunch of rainbow pins, because these guys sound like they're not going to support that, and you just LGBT plus their car, and they'll probably die because they think they're so manly that they just can't handle it and they can't even.
Okay, Jeannie.
Destroy them using their toxic masculinity.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Homoerotic Pazari for the win.
Thank you, Jeannie. I should have called Charles to talk to someone who doesn't annoy me.
Oh, well.
There's always Calvin. You could call Calvin. He knows about ghosts.
I will kill him over the phone.
Zoom.
You could call your cousin.
Cousin
What the
Billy
fuck is he gonna do?
Cousin Billy Bob.
Laugh at you.
I don't need to get in an argument in French and Cajun French again.
Okay.
When I call my grandfather, he's not going to be any help. The one person I want to talk to is probably busy. My family not going to be any help. Uncles are going to be like, did you shoot it?
Can we have the car? Anyway, so that's what you got from talking to Jeannie with your phone. a friend.
Helpful.
She said so.
Yeah, that's going to be real helpful against a car. I'm just going to throw a thing of kosher salt at it. That's going to be real helpful. Salt circle in the road, maybe. I doubt it'll work.
That's how they trap AI cars.
Salt, spike trap.
I mean, we could try it.
Okay,
Bags of rock salt for when they get ice piled up like a
this is in
barricade.
the country? The
Okay.
closest place that has rock salt is probably Shreveport.
Damn.
We don't have it here
Damn.
in Monroe. The closest salt trucks are in Shreveport.
Damn. Oh yeah, that was the problem last year.
Y'all.
Earlier this year? Last year?
No,
Wait.
2 years ago. It was before we moved.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Alright, I'm good. I'll take a nap.
okay, so
Nap.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out in your car. You left me unattended again.
You're not my problem.
to expedite just a little bit, is there any more fuckery that is occurring right now?
Other than drawing the occasional dick in the leather of the back seat, where it's not going to be very visible, cut on the sides where you open the doors. Yeah. That's all.
You actually just have a little punch that you can shove in.
But that takes away the intimacy of actually doing each one by hand.
Anyway,
I will get up enough before sundown to go to the Dollar General. I am sure that the manager is cussing about socks.
He is still putting them back up.
And I will buy several things of salt.
Okay.
Morton canisters.
Going to probably wake up because I'm probably hearing just like whatever the sound the drop off is, and like
I would have turned the radio on blast as soon as the sun starts going down, like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Put the radio on blast, and it's got to be blasting Nickelback
And
Look at this photograph!
on repeat.
before I went to the Dollar General, I went to the sheriff's office to tell the deputy tonight to put up some barricades kind of around where we know it is, like, road out of order, so we don't have anyone coming in and out of town if we don't have to.
Okay, so gonna have some barricades from the side faces that help you out. Buying salt. You have your fire salt rounds, which is nothing more than a dragon's breath. Well, you don't have a shotgun, so you can't do that. So yeah, you basically got incendiary salt rounds. Then Pazari's sitting there blasting music, doesn't hear off the back of the car.
Yeah. See, I'm being helpful by being evil.
So you now have that. You have that. Deputies marked off roads. People are pissed.
Yeah, they can deal with it.
They can get over it.
But I mean, it's not like there's not a back road they can go down.
There's always a back road.
So night comes. First hour. Second hour.
I'm gonna start playing hacky sack in the street.
Where are we waiting at? Are we waiting at...
Are you? Yeah. Tell me where you are.
Do we want to...
Where are we?
Do we want to be at the Dollar General? Where
Waffle House?
I say at the Dollar General that's probably where that their lair would be.
Possibly. And I'm going to put a salt circle right in the middle of the damn road.
Okay, you're doing a salt circle that like goes across the whole road.
I don't know how the salt shit works.
Okay.
Sybil does, I don't.
Oh, I'm just asking.
What would stop them if it worked? If it's a line or circle, I don't know.
Roll weird.
I personally
You could
do
always
not
ask
know.
me.
No.
That costs too much.
Wait.
You'll notice that I haven't asked anybody for a deal since last night.
13.
Well, no, I did ask you this morning, but not since then.
13.
13.
Damn.
Depending on the type of ghost or other supernatural creatures that fall into the undead category, some of them people call a ghost, but a ghast, a ghoul are not exactly in a right, are not the same thing as a ghost. And even within the very broad category of ghost, there are multiple types. If you draw a circle around them in the salt, you will trap them. Salt's also good for doing summonings because you have now created a barrier that once infused with magic, things usually can't cross. Now, if you just do a line, you feel like it could be the equivalent of like a spike trap. I mean, it might not.
It'll make them fizzle out.
It
So
might
like a
not. It
spike
might
trap.
not destroy them, but it might.
But making a sort of... I could also summon them possibly. But I think spike trap might be first go to.
How much salt do you have?
I bought several canisters of salt.
Would it be enough to put the line here, put a line over there, put a big old circle in the middle that connects them?
That
That sounds like a design.
I also have a little bit of salt rounds that I'm willing to spare to get some of the flanking options.
Okay.
Breaking up the salt, as you're saying, like break up salt rounds?
Yes.
Probably not enough salt in them to actually...
Let's start with spike trap
Okay.
across the road and we'll go from
Well,
there.
then I can just take point, and then she just basically just takes out the gun. It folds up into a gun, and then I will be just across the street waiting
Why
on
don't
the
you walk in the middle of the road again?
Sure, been doing that all day. Sure.
So,
I'll be late.
y'all are there for a couple hours and nothing is happening.
What are their names?
Red line, Ricky,
Red line,
Hey, Redline Ricky!
Chubbs,
and Shorty.
Lazy ass bastard.
Shorty.
and Stanley Shorty Smalls.
Shut. Yeah.
Ricky! He's the boss, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You poor excuse for a mafioso bastard. I don't know what the hell they're doing. What are they accused of again?
Killing a lot of people?
Yeah, and?
Running them over?
Robbing a bank.
Oh,
Failing at robbing a bank.
Oh, you're a failure. Okay, yeah, no. I mean, he was so desperate and still he couldn't even do anything, and I'm just going to start rambling.
Okay, so...
Insulting the ghosts.
You keep doing that to where eventually, Pazari, even you're starting to get a little hoarse as midnight approaches, because y'all been doing this since sun went down.
And I've been smoking all day, so...
So you're sitting there like, maybe a lozenge asserts mint.
Maybe we should try the summoning.
And as you hear the clock that is on what used to be the bank that's part of the pharmacy, sadly strike like whatever it is for midnight.
12.
I'm just saying it's whatever this sad excuse for midnight
It
is.
it probably plays the da 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 da.
But and it's so off tune. But about that time, you can see, because there's barricades further down, you see an 18-wheeler barreling full speed towards the barricade, and you see the deputy, and you got both deputies there, and the deputies, and the other deputy, the one that the double deputy.
All the deputies squared and cubed.
The old man's there now because they deputized him.
With the pharmacist?
Yeah, he's there.
That had drugs on his roof? It's
This
all
is
an inside
small-town
job.
Louisiana.
It's an inside job, man. I knew it.
Like
They elected Huey Long in this state. Does this surprise you?
No. Don't use Huey as an example. His brother Earl, who got committed to an insane asylum, got out because that insane asylum was a state job, and as the governor, he could appoint the head of it. And since they didn't remove him as governor, they just committed him. He changed the head of the insane asylum so that he could get out because his buddy said, "Oh, clean bill of health." And then he proceeded to give a speech later on with no pants.
This is also the state that elected Kennedy. So.
Right.
You are my sunshine.
Anyway.
Mr. Kennedy, we asked you a serious question. Anyway, so you see this thing barreling, and like the deputies are like blaring on the horns on their SUVs, trying to like, lights are up. This thing crashes through the first barricade that's down past the Dollar General, and you see
Oh, shit.
off from the side of it as
Back up,
it starts swerving.
Yeah.
So, actual spike strips blew out the tires? Is that
No, I'm
what
saying is
flames.
the 18-wheeler is coming, and you saw from slightly off to the side, big burst of green flame.
They upgraded. It
Fuck.
seems
So-
like that they fucking upgraded.
Everybody give me read a bad situation.
This is...
Um,
Okay, now that's a 10.
I'm gonna do it with my sight open.
8?
Okay? So that means you get 1,
Got a 10.
you get 2.
You get 3 on a bad situation.
6,
Oh, 3. Okay. I'm thinking investigative mystery. My bad.
10. I got 11.
Okay, so I think that means y'all can pretty much ask.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
can
That'd be
see-
all 6.
I can see anything
basically.
that anyone
Okay.
else can't see.
There is nothing invisible.
Okay.
There is a large aura, though, I will say, coming from behind the 18-wheeler as it is shifting, and all of a sudden you hear a couple tires pop. As this 18-wheeler is now, you watch as the back of it starts to tilt. So y'all ask me the rest of these questions.
So, best way in?
There is, okay. Best way in? Magic to probably get inside the 18-wheeler.
Cab? Or
Okay.
the back?
Either one.
Okay. Dangers we haven't noticed yet?
I would say you've noticed all the dangers of
Okay.
a barreling 18-wheeler and something
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
fire slightly off behind it.
We already know the biggest threat, so best way...
You're assuming whatever shot the fire out is
Right.
the biggest threat.
So that's already 2. Best way to protect the victims.
Get away from the road, because like I said, you're watching the cab of the 18-wheeler is still straight, but you're watching the carrier section.
So is it like coming up?
It is, tires just blew, and you're watching that
Alright, I'm gonna
lean.
use magic. I'm gonna have my sphere. I'm gonna cast magic. and I want to do basically what my Boolean spell used to do. Hand comes up, grabs the axe, tries to yank it back so that it's anchored back to the ground.
So you're going to try to yank down the back end of the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's not going crazy.
Roll me weird.
And then that this is a normal 18-wheeler, that this isn't like a tanker 18-wheeler or anything like that. Okay.
No, it probably
Just
says
a-
Dollar General on the side of it.
Cargo trailer.
Okay.
10.
Okay, so it goes off without a hitch. You make a stone fist jerk where you're assuming.
You
the
see
side-
Sybil take out her spear. She kind of goes down on her knees and slams it against the ground so that it goes towards the 18-wheeler.
Okay, you watch that tail end get rocked back, but also it's a stone fist grabbing a moving object. So you also watch as the back end of this thing explodes off the back of the 18-wheeler cab and just.
It's still, like, holding it, so it's not like it flew backwards.
I know, I'm just saying it's got a ramp to it. So the 18-wheeler now, free of that, is losing a little bit of control.
Okay.
Back up, back up, back up!
Going to basically,
But you stopped it from flipping.
just going to basically try to aim for the tires. And going to
the-
shoot the thing
Of the what?
of the, that there are no tires on the
Cab.
18-wheeler.
There are 18-wheeler. The 18-wheeler does have
The
tires on it.
cab.
I stopped the trailer. The
Okay.
cab
The
is
cab is-
Oh,
still
the
moving.
cab of the cab.
Okay, so you're going to shoot off the tires on the cab.
Yeah. Okay, then that's going to be a 8.
Okay, so that's, let's see, this is kick some ass.
Yes, and then that, how much plus would that those fire salt rounds add?
I would say that for this purpose, the incendiary rounds don't add that much more damage because you're popping a compressed air tube.
Okay.
So you do harm to it, and it'll do harm to you.
Yes, I am doing 4 harm. 4.
Okay. Oh yeah, you totally pop these. However, as you pop the tires, because I'm assuming you do burst fire
Yeah, just
on either side. So this thing is now tireless, still skidding, but as it does that, it's going to kick something. It's going to kick up some of the road. It's going to kick up some of the gravel around. You'll take 1 harm.
I have armor, so it is hidden.
Yeah,
Just-
it's throwing stuff up at you because I mean this is just situational. So now you have a 18-wheeler without tires, still moving with momentum at y'all.
Is it going towards our salt?
It looks
Spike
like it
strip?
is going to go through the salt spike strip.
Let's see what happens.
So it's the 18-wheeler is going. It's on its rims. It's shooting sparks. Pazari, what are you doing?
Am I still... I haven't moved from the road. I would have been, like, past the salt trap to try to, like, tempt and taunt into the trap.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole plan here. So how far away is the approaching semi-cab from me at this point?
If you don't move, it's probably going to hit you because you're in the road.
Well, how far? I'm seeing what my options are to close that distance.
Okay, if you're saying like you want to get closer to it.
I want to potentially bust through the windshield to be in the cab.
Yeah, if you want to use your action to try to do the Brock Sampson, I'm about to get hit by a car, but I'm going to end up in the driver's seat when this is done position.
I want to leap into the air and either, like, turn into, like, a raven or something so I can, like, bird spin, beak screw my way through, and then...
I mean, you got wings and you got on boots. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You just kick your way in.
I technically don't have the fly move, so I'm trying to be fair within the rules of the game.
So yeah, if you want to try this, let's see what happens. If
Yeah,
you-
I want a bird burst into the cab.
Okay, roll me, kick some ass.
Cool. I'll use my unholy strength to roll
Roll
weird.
bird.
Why? Actually, that's okay. That's tenor.
Okay, so here is what's going to happen in this equation
Cool.
because there is some math questions.
All right. Cool.
So you get to choose an effect. So you can either gain the advantage and take +1 forward. You can inflict or move +1 forward to another hunter. You can inflict terrible harm, which means do +1 harm. You
Right.
can suffer 1 less harm,
Right.
or you can force them where you want them.
Right. what I want is to, as a bird, bust my way through the windshield, immediately turn back into myself, and therefore force them where I want them to try to grab hold of the driver.
Okay, so you're going to grab the driver and the wheel.
Sure.
Okay, so here's the deal. You are Burb.
Mm-hmm.
That is windshield of 18-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
It is going fast.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4 harm smackies from the windshield. You go through it, but actually, no, I'll say 3. It's 3 harm smacky as going like 70 miles an hour 18-wheeler. You're still going to go through, but there is a velocity, force, and mass situation.
Yeah, I know.
So, you willing to take the harm?
Yeah.
Okay. Where does that put you, though?
I slept since last night, right?
Yeah, but that does not necessarily mean all the harm is gone.
Oh, we didn't specify that. I had 2 previously.
I'll say 1's gone, since you slept during the mission.
1, 2, so 1, 2, 3,
Are you unstable?
3, 4. Yeah.
Do you not have armor?
No.
You do not reduce harm because of some immortal nature.
No. I have a natural appeal, which is the manipulate. I have an unholy strength, which is the weird instead of tough for kick ass. I have the unquenchable vitality to heal self, but I didn't ever specify that I did that. So
okay, so you never took the ability to reduce. Like I think it's one of the.
No, Ardeloth has the immortal where you
Reduces
suffer 1
damage.
harm less.
Okay, so that hurt.
Yeah.
But you have the wheel. This does not trigger anything like it did in Spence's game yet, though, does it? Or does that happen when you spend too much luck?
I don't have anything that does.
Well, you started to attack the kids at the end of that when you said it was connected to something with your feeding tendency.
No, so my pure drive is cruelty. Whenever I have an opportunity to indulge cruelty, then I either have to act under pressure to resist or indulge
Give
that.
in.
So attacking the kids previously was
just making sure about all the mechanics because I don't want all of a sudden that something should have popped off when it shouldn't, or that I think something should pop off that doesn't.
No, the only abilities I have that affect this in this instance are the shapeshifter thing where I can do the thing, and the appeal to manipulate someone, the strength to weird instead tough to kick ass, the thing where I could heal myself, but I neglected to specify that because I actually didn't even see that check mark, and I technically have a sword, but swords don't go well in cabs, so I'm running on claws right now.
Cool. Just making sure.
I do have the life drain as well, but that'll be next turn if I do that.
So, just noting for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Also explaining stuff to people on stream.
Yeah.
So, y'all watch Pazari bird through the windshield of this 18-wheeler that's still coming towards y'all. Now, this thing keeps going through the road and goes through the salt lines.
Damn it.
And through the salt circle. And off of the top of the now slightly elevated 18-wheeler, you watch this elongated rat rod made of spectral energy with one guy smoking a cigarette with a huge pompadour who turns and looks just at y'all, gives you this kind of hey baby. There's a little guy who has the thing going through his jaw who is kind of shifted up more towards the front, looking like he's keeping an eye right on the engine. And then you see a big, chubby dude just holding on to either side of the back of this tub that's basically the back of it, knees up, because obviously there's not much room in the back seat, as they just go and just hit the road and keep going straight back into town.
So, bitch!
So, the ghosts were in the trailer, or the ghosts
They
were
were
in the...
behind it, and they used it to ramp.
So they did something to the driver of the semi.
They were behind the semi, trying to drive it off the road because it was going too slow.
Oh!
That's why you saw the fire behind the 18-wheeler.
Oh.
So it just... And then they go off into town.
Son of a...
So I've got an innocent in the cab with me?
You have a... Well, here's the deal. The airbag has gone off because the back end of this thing has been pulled.
Right.
The wheels have been... This thing is now a skidding, Dedimus Prime on the road with a unconscious driver.
Oh, he's unconscious. Okay.
With the airbag went off. He's out.
My okay. All right. Continue. Sorry. I think I've got everything.
Back with Sybil, as this is all the sparks shooting up. The deputy. What the shit? Oh man. Was that Ricky?
Chase him.
Yeah, that was Ricky.
Chase him.
He looks good.
Chase him.
Where's the car? Let's get the car. Go.
All right.
So y'all are running for the car, Pazari?
As realizing all this crap,
I'm assuming it's gonna stop.
It eventually does stop.
while it's still slowing down and stopping. Oh damn. Hang on. I'll behave, and I'll crawl out of the cab a little bit worse for wear, but I'll be kind of...
Are you unstable?
Technically, yes. I'm going to be healing myself walking over toward the
Okay, so
car.
roll your... what is the Healy power?
So it says I can roll cool, and then I can, depending on what I roll, I heal 2 or 1 and stabilize, or fuck it up and get worse, but I'll spend luck if I end up trying to fuck. Wow! Snake eyes! I'm spending a luck so that I can heal 2 and stabilize.
Okay, so Pazari just gets up out of this car, slightly on fire. There's a broken bird wing sticking out of their shoulder for no reason.
I'll pull that off.
And he watches the suit gets better as Pazari's walking over.
We gotta go.
There's still one tear in the pants, though.
Yeah, there's no ghosts in the... I need a sewing kit. There's no ghosts in
Get
the
the car, get the car, get the car, get the car.
Then that just basically bag out and just flooring it.
Okay, roll me act under pressure to see if you... That's what we're going to use for...
We're still blaring
Okay.
Nickelback.
I'm going to say that you broke the
Boxcars.
radio. Boxcars. Okay, you're just like cue in some like initial D bullshit as you're like running through the tail drift out for no reason, and so you're just now racing. And what is it that you're driving again?
I am driving a Triumph Spitfire.
That's
Wait, that's a 2-seater.
Something's got to be uncomfortable.
Is it top down?
Yes, it's a top
Okay,
one.
the symbol's just kind of scrunched in the back, like ready to.
I'm gonna be
fire
like,
off.
hey, no, move. That's my spot, because I want to crouch like a gargoyle on the back.
So you're gonna be.
Are you the one that's gonna shoot magic? No.
So as y'all come through, y'all see that they're going over the new bridge, and they've already run. They've run a guy who was like coming through in one of those little ATV golf carts.
Oh
off.
no!
They ran him off.
He's
He's out.
pizza.
He's like.
Oh, okay. All
Like they
right.
just literally ran him off the road, and he went through like a plate glass window.
Oh.
You know how much this cost at Academy?
As we're
You
going,
son of a bitch,
as we're going, I want to continue healing myself because that fucking hurt.
All right, roll again. Let's see.
That's a little better. It's adding cool. So that's 8. So I'll heal another 1.
So you're back down to your original damage. As
2.
you're just sitting here like.
I'll be mumbling, Jesus, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this.
Hey, you don't need to hate anything.
Got a job to do. You're interfering.
I'm just here to let you know.
About the cause of standard warranty. Yeah, no, we're trying to reclaim that right now.
No, I'm just gonna let you know. When there was just the one smear across the road, that was when I carried you and slid across on my back so you weren't injured.
I hate this guy.
Not really. So y'all are going, you get over the bridge, and this thing has, the back tires are jacked up and they're like too wide. This is the rat rod heaven. Somewhere out in the desert in California at Wasteland, somebody is having a wet dream about this vehicle I'm describing to you because it is rusty gold. As y'all are going, you see Chubbs' head just turns around completely.
Oh.
And he looks at y'all and just use.
What the fuck is that?
So act under pressure.
Oh, fuck.
Did he throw the wrench at?
Y'all, before anything is said, people
We're
can help.
good. We are good. That's 13.
13. So you move out and kaboom! You watch as like a massive spanner. Not just a regular wrench, a fucking spanner style wrench hits. Okay, go back to you.
Okay.
See, this is when I hold on. Hold on.
I googled rat rod. I'm literally looking at them right now.
Yeah,
this is a spectral car, right?
But he's yeeting actual
they yeeted
mechanical
actual
tools.
things at us.
Whatever got chunked to you that looked like a giant wrench hit the road, and y'all kept going too quickly to see what the fuck happened to it. Because I'm assuming at this point,
Oh fuck! Do I need to get that? I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna and fling out some hawk wings so that I can be speedy to catch them back up.
So you're hawking it.
I'm hawking out.
So you go to.
I'll go try to find the spanner.
They never touched the original salt line, correct? They vamped over it.
Yeah. Also, an 18-wheeler broke it. The 18-wheeler went through the salt.
Okay, I'm trying to think of how I can say this to where it's gonna actually make sense. I guess it would be something that's not humanly possible. I still got some of the salt. I want to use my magic to try and shoot past them to curve it around with like a ice ball that has the salt in it, so that because ice melts salt. So when it curves around, it'll drop it on the road in front of them.
Ice doesn't melt salt.
Salt melts ice. What?
So, I mean, you're using your attack magic. You could add the... Domain free.
Yay! This is beautiful. I love it. Perfection.
Like, would this be my attack magic, or would this just be...
You could use your attack magic and say you're adding salt on it that just adds an additional effect. It's not like a road spell.
Because I want to like curve it around, not to hit them, but to curve around and to get ahead of them. Okay, so I still roll weird though, don't I?
Yeah, you still roll
spells.
weird because you roll weird for kick some ass most
So
of the
this
time.
would be
So it's
this
weird.
would be a missile then.
Yep.
Using my frost,
Fucking love good
and I
sex.
could add +1 harm restraining to it. But I want it to have the salt in it so that I can try and make a salt line across the road.
Okay. Goes off without a hitch. You flip this around as y'all are y'all have blown past this bridge. So you're on the other side on Highway 8.
I get up, and I'm bracing myself against the seat and the windshield, and I throw up the salt and we'll have it slingshot around them.
Okay, so it's gonna smack the ground up ahead of them, so now there is a bunch of ice and salt.
And
So-
it has +1 harm restraining.
Okay, well you didn't hit them, you hit their road.
So I
in
didn't know
front.
if this restraining could come into play.
It might. There's definitely a bunch of fucking salt ice in front of everything. However, in response, because y'all are catching up to them, and he just turns this massive pompadour sticking like several inches ahead of his face, and the cigarette just hanging out of his mouth. He's like, "Oh no, baby, that's not how we play." And he's gonna smack the horn. He doesn't have. It's mouthing. You don't actually hear words.
Yeah.
It's just I have to do Elvis for some damn reason.
You
with
do.
this.
How I
It's
So
the pompadour.
I need everybody.
I'm not in that car.
I
hawked out.
Okay, this is pretty far back. The two people in the car, I need y'all both to give me tough.
That's 9.
Okay, so y'all don't have the additional negative, but it's this horn, just like it's just this nasty, gnarled sound that comes out. You both take 1 harm, ignore armor.
Okay.
Nope. Resilience.
from the Chosen playlist. So that does reduce damage from
Alright.
by 1. So the horn is just a like it's just this terrible noise. It would have been worse if y'all fell. So now what are you doing? Assuming you're still driving.
Still driving. And then she's gonna be like, oh shit! I was gonna ask somebody to hold on to the wheel while I basically try to line up a shot, but
Sybil's already done something. So I mean, you can lose speed to try to shoot, or you can roll me act under pressure to try to keep rolling to catch up. Also remember, there is a bunch of fucking ice all over the road up ahead.
I would take the thing to lose speed and then try to get a shot on
Okay.
one of them.
Roll me kick some ass. So who are you shooting, or what are you shooting?
Going to shoot one of their tires with just a fire assault round, and that's going to be a 9, so we do harm to each other. And then that's going to be 4 plus like whatever that the fire assault would do.
Okay, apparently I'm out of songs on that playlist now.
Aww.
Okay, so anyway.
That was a blast, though.
So, what'd you say? Or how much harm?
It is going to be 4 plus like whatever that the fire assault is going to do.
Okay, so you watch as the tire blows. Just,
Good shot.
and you watch the spectral flames that seem to also be making up the rest of this body of the car reform.
Fuck.
It did something. It blew a hole through, and you see Shorty hanging back off the side of this thing like some type of fucking maniac.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking back at you. Like, nobody hurts my baby Lou. Nobody hurts my baby Lou. So, what he is going to do is you watch him move along the side of this thing.
Okay.
Like a spider monkey. So, and he's going to chunk what looks like he just lobs something, and then all of a sudden you see that this spectral orb turns into a beer bottle with a rag that's on fire out of it whirling at you. So you did how much damage to it?
I did 4 plus whatever the fire assault was going to add.
Okay. Now, what do you got? What you got? Armor?
Yes, I got just 1 armor that's hidden.
Okay, so it's going to splash across the hood of your...
Shield, protect someone.
Okay, what does that do?
Voila. You protect someone, you gain 2 armor gained against any harm that is transferred.
Okay, so you need to roll to protect someone then. It doesn't just add to their... So you need to roll.
Is
Tough.
8, 9.
Okay, on 9 you protect them, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm.
Okay, but the shield gives me plus 2 armor against any harm that is transferred to me.
Okay, and what armor do you already have?
It doesn't stack with my other armor,
So it's just the +2 armor.
but I
It's-
still have
think
my
we've
resilience.
So
which is
you're going
armor.
to take 1 harm after all of that, as this would have done 4 as a Molotov cocktail, splatters across the crystalline shield that you create in front of Nadine. So Nadine, you're like, oh, no, because it's about to hit the hood of your car, and you know it's going to hit that and you, and it's just going to be bad. It's, you dealt with...
Sybil has, you see
Right.
Sybil's arm go out, and a bracelet lights up, and just...
Oh.
And some of it hits your shield because it's shaped like a dome, and splashes onto you.
Fuck.
And it's spectral fire, just... Okay.
Okay, so I hawked out after they threw something at us, and we heard it clunk clunk as we're still driving away. So I hawked out, and I'm gonna go back and try to find that.
It is a old rusty wrench.
I am picking it up in my hawk claws and flying up as high as I can to see where they are.
Way that away.
And I want to try to triangulate to get ahead of them.
There's not really a way to get ahead of them because this stretch of Highway 8 is pretty straight. Like, it might do like this a little bit, but it's not like you can get around and catch them at a bend.
What? I thought they were doing a big loopy thing back to town.
They went over the bridge, and now y'all are going out of town on Highway 8. It went into town, and now you're over the bridge and going out of town. So now you have a old wrench.
Well, doing thinking things where maybe this is one of the only things that can harm them, like their own hubris. So, what I want to try to do is I want to... yeah, okay. Can I do one thing that is beyond human limitation and attempt to teleport ahead of them by 150 yards?
Roll me weird.
Hello, where'd you go? So that'll be 9 effect and glitch.
Okay, so hold on. You pick the effect. I get to pick the glitch up.
Well,
Hold on.
it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. The keeper decides what
Okay.
effect the glitch has.
So
So
she
I-
chooses a glitch, but
And then you put the final detail on the
Okay.
glitch. So obviously the effect is do one thing beyond human limitation. The glitch I will choose is... You know what? Screw it. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. I'm not going to be able to do this subtly.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Is you teleport, but you get it slightly off. You're not 150 feet in front of them. You appear while flying, and this might go south again because we've already had one bird in the windshield. You teleport high and you're like, look back, and there's a pompadour and a cigarette on the other side of a half glass. Maybe about this far from your ass.
But I've got the spanner in my claws, in my
got the
talons.
spanner, he's just like... Whoop. So, in response, you're going to watch him, or you got the wrench, he's actually going to reach down, and he's going to pull out a ball-peen hammer and try to knock you to the side. So, I mean, you did this, so it's going to be two harm.
Okay.
As you get smacked by a hammer, it's like, shoot, out the way.
Bird bones break.
So you're like,
Can I do anything to try to just tumble into the car with
I'm going to
them?
say that you don't really have a choice but to tumble into the car.
Excellent! Let's go!
So, and this is right about the time that they hit the ice with the salt. So all of a sudden, this hot rod Lincoln is just rattling and rocking as it starts to spin.
Yes!
You just see him, Ricky, as you hit it. It's like boom, just wide spin, and you watch this thing fishtail, and you watch as a barrier where the salt within the ice, a visible, like something smacking into a force field, as they bend it with the back end of the car. Chubbs pulling way up forward. Shorty pulled right up against the edge of this as they swing around, and now they're coming directly back to your car.
We playing chicken, guys.
And then
I'm gonna do it again!
You watch the cherry on the end of that cigarette light up, like shooting an actual flame off of it. And his eyes, y'all you're still far enough apart because you slowed down, but you can feel that these eyes are just like, you're getting the Speed Racer serious vision. We're talking old Speed Racer, good Speed Racer, not that weird Witowski version.
This is wonderful.
I'm gonna do it again!
So you're going to try to throw it, and you're going to shoot an ice missile. from
It's
the
gonna
salt.
be in front of us this time, so they are
Are you-
either gonna
so-
go one way or another.
She's trying to do the
Wait,
pickle,
let me see.
You're trying to box him in.
the runner between first and second, and you're pickling them.
Okay, so roll me.
I don't want to just do a straight line. Would I be able to, again, kind of zip it around so it connects to the first one?
Not fully. You would not be able to enclose them with this.
Okay.
You'd be able to hem in a side.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do it.
This is truly marvelous.
I gotta remember that these things that the problem is I get into the story of what we're doing when it gets to combat, and I want to switch into D&D logic. And there's a turn, but the thing is there's a reaction to everything.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's the roll of 7.
Okay, so it fires. Well, war magic works differently. War magic doesn't have the same effect as regular spells, I don't think. Does it say what happens on a partial success?
We just treat it
Well,
as a kick some
Kick
ass.
some ass. So you do that,
I like throw it in the air this time. Well,
and you make this angle that cuts back over on the left-hand side. That kind of makes. They now are going to have a triangular barrier in front of them, but they could still go. So what they're going to do is you watch Chubbs grab Shorty, and then they lean all the way over to one side.
see, I was trying to put a cross throat in front of us. But
Right, they're leaning, and you watch as Ricky hits the wheel, and that shifted weight, they pop up on one side to where this half the car is up,
Oh, hell.
and they just are skirting along the edge of it, using the barrier itself. And you can see that there's sparks, angry sparks coming off the wheels of this as they're now using your angled thing to now go and get back around you so that they can keep heading back to town and y'all are still heading towards the
Oh,
ice.
damn.
fuck her.
Muck can drive.
Alright, I am going to yell out.
He's
I
had, what,
am
50
going
years?
to basically yell out as they pass, Pazari, have fun. And then basically going to try to basically hurry up and then do like a spin and then that
180.
a 180 to see that.
Throw the e-brake and...
Act under pressure. Let's get this act under pressure.
Yeah, but that's going to happen. But that is an 11.
Okay, you just Sybil,
Yeah, that's definitely a stick shift.
you're holding on white knuckled at this point.
I'm like braced against the seat and the windshield. Like
There's a foot on the dash, like, ah!
To be fair, there's not a lot of room for you to have to worry about not having anchor points, because you can wedge yourself into something and probably not move with as little as the cab of this thing is. So, so in response to you doing that, you just watch the car moves back over as Chubbs' girth, knocks the wheels back down,
I hate these guys a lot.
and you just watch Shorty, who's over his shoulder,
Oh, God.
just starts throwing everything at you. There's gears. It's a fucking part of a gear shift. There's part of an air conditioner, you think. There's a whole fucking piston head. There's a wrench.
They're like, we're
Just
ghosts, we don't need all
swerving,
this.
swerving.
Okay, do me an act under pressure for this real quick as a response to it, because then that determines on what happens to the vehicle.
Oh, what'd you...
Let's go ahead and play this because I got a 9.
Okay, so it's partial. So, windshield's going to be cracked. Hood's going to have a massive dent. That is another 1 harm, but both of you can absorb that.
Yeah.
But it's a -1 going onward
Okay.
because there's a little bit of steam coming out from under the hood.
Oh,
There's
GTA
something-
physics.
Something hit the front of it. So there's some steam and the windshield is cracked. And even though you can look around it, going at top speed and sticking your head out the side like Ace Ventura don't work so
Right.
good. You're still like,
I just want to break out the windshield at this point.
I mean, you could just,
The
pull
poor
like it.
baby.
So you still going. So Pazari, back to you.
Alright, so I fell into the car as a ruffled up bird.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop the shape shift, turn back. I'm going full self, so I've got my tail so I can maybe grab onto one of the seats or something behind me while they're doing all this stuff going on. And I want to find my feet as best I can and just start clawing for the driver, for Ricky. Hello?
Ladybug. Ladybug.
Ladybug.
That just keeps flying into the ceiling fan and ceiling.
My goal here is to use my claws with some life drain and extra to try to draw back, because I'm technically unstable again, so I need to get back below
Okay,
threshold.
so now what is up with your... Read me the life drain.
So it's my natural attacks. I have base claws, 2 harm hand, additional base life drain, 1 harm intimate life drain, extra add +1 harm to base. So I'd be using base life drain and extra +1, so I'd be doing 2 harm life drain.
Okay. So roll kick some ass to see if you can. Who he's trying to smack.
The driver, Ricky.
Okay, you're trying to go to Ricky.
Yes. Well, I'm like braced in the middle of the car, and so like I should be able to reach.
You can reach
everybody but little guy because he's off the back, right?
No, he is on Chubbs' shoulders.
Oh.
Everybody is in reach range.
Oh, still going for the driver though.
Okay.
He's in charge of the car. So using my unholy strength to roll weird instead. Why are we like this? Bloody hell. It's a 7. Give me a second to see if I want to spend a luck on that.
Well, I mean, 7 just means you'll deal 2 damage. How much do you heal?
Well, okay. The base is +1. The base is life drain 1, but I have the extra on it to add +1 harm to a base. Does that mean I would heal both? Like the wording is
I think it would
ambiguous.
I think it would be an equal heal there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the problem is if I heal and then retake, I'm back unstable. I've only spent 2 luck the entire life of this character. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna spend a luck. I don't like the idea on taking harm after I'm trying to heal harm. So.
Well, I mean, it still has an option to respond and do something. But how much damage are you dealing?
2.
Okay, now
and regaining that 2.
So let me understand. Your claws automatically do.
No, I have 2 base attacks.
Okay.
Either my claws, which do 3 with that additional from the extra, or the life drain, which starts at 1 and gets the extra 1. So the life drain is 2.
Okay.
And that's what I misread. I have to use the life drain attack rather than the claws attack because the bases don't stack.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure is that they don't stack.
Right.
So, Pazari, when you throw your hand up, it doesn't really find too much purchase right at first, but you do.
It's a ghost.
You do find something, and you are going to inflict some of that harm. But as you're doing that, you see, like, you pull back on Ricky's shoulder, and immediately that backhand comes up and connects in the dead center of your face. I'm going to need 2 things.
Okay.
So the first one is, it's 1 harm, ignore armor.
Well, okay, I've spent the luck. So do we not use the
You can use that. You
the
can
kick
use that
some
ability.
ass stuff?
You can use the kick some ass stuff.
Okay.
So are you choosing to do that?
Suffer less harm.
Okay, so you don't take any damage. Fucking hurts. But I need you to give me a... Let's see. Make sure I'm going to do this right. I need you to roll me some tough.
A flat tough? Or
Roll me a flat tough. This is not a kick some ass, this is just a flat tough.
Jesus dice. Hell yeah. Excuse me, heaven yeah. So flat tough is just 7.
Okay, so the good news is you didn't fail. Because that would have meant you're expelled from the car in a uncontrolled tumble.
Oh.
Because as the fist hits you, you hear, we don't pick up hitchhikers in your head. But instead of being sent out in a tumble, you're able, as you get knocked back, to have the ability to flip back to bird mode to be in air so you don't make street pizza Pazari.
Okay.
So you just basically got shunted out of the vehicle is what it feels like. It's not so much that he physically punched you out of the vehicle. It was literally
I was expelled.
And you're like, I don't like that.
Okay.
I had this happen before.
So did I succeed with the...
Yes.
I regained my 2?
You regained your 2.
Okay.
So you're now stable.
That marks me unstable. Off of the unstable.
So you booped out and you're like...
Back to a bird again. Can I at least get some height so I'm not in the windshield of the other car that I know is going to be following at some point?
Totally.
Cool. I've gone through enough windshields tonight.
So, Sybil, you just watched Pazari go... Just... Everything about tonight's weird.
I'm the punching bag.
This shit.
You're the one that can literally take the most damage
Yeah, I
and
know.
get better, though. Like,
I know.
This is why...
I am the tank.
As Dale, this is what I feel like every time he Spence's games. Like, well, thank God I can eat a bunch of damage. Everybody else would be dead. Dale's almost dead.
Alright, I'm gonna try. It's gonna work. I hope this works. I am going to try and send a ice salt missile directly into the car between all three of them.
Okay.
See what works.
This is going to be the last of your salt, though.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, please do something.
Bomb them.
That's 7.
Yeah, that'll be enough, but they'll have retaliation. So,
Yeah, I figured.
what's the total damage on this?
It's missile, so 1, 2 harm restraining. Hang on. I forgot I have partition and I use magic. I can get a +1. I think that's 2 restraining.
Okay, so you do that, and y'all watch. You're like Bird, and all of a sudden, coming right next to you, and you watch as this goes down and hits the dead center, like behind the seat, in front of Chubbs.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, exactly where I was standing not
Yeah.
2 seconds ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Whew, lucky me.
And you can still see the dotted outline of yourself.
where all the little feathers are still lingering.
And you watch the whole car rock, and you see Chubbs go tumbling backwards, frozen, caught in midair, and then shatters.
I'm one of them.
Alright, that counts.
I don't know if I can do it without the salt.
Is the car held?
The car is not held because Chubbs
got the restraining.
got the restraining.
Okay.
And you're going to see,
Uh-oh.
you see in the back seat, Shorty. And he just puts down what looks like a homemade potato launcher made of electro energy.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with
Hot
you?
rod rednecks with a
And he
tater
just
gun.
dumps a bunch of. You just see him dumping stuff into it, and also, poof, as a massive nuts and bolts shotgun explodes from the back of this directly at y'all.
Punk on.
Do me another response. Act under pressure.
Am I anywhere in that cone of destruction?
Just Nadine.
No. This is to see what else happens here. There is a vehicle.
Oh, that's a luck.
Burning luck.
Okay, so you can see that this is about to, one, probably kill both you and Sybil if you're to eat this face on. But also, your engine is going to be dead as you
Shredded.
walk into this cloud of steel. And you throw the car off to the side. Now, y'all are still going to catch some flack from the side, so that's going to be 2 harm.
Okay, so 1.
Nor.
I feel like we've kind of pushed the table. Could we pull it back on all of them a
Definitely
little
keeps
bit?
pushing the table forward.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't take any harm.
You got magical clothing?
I'll
My
take
magic
a
clothing, my
1.
resilience.
Okay, so, dear God, you're
I'll take
Wizard!
1.
Yeah, she has the, she
I don't play no D&D wizard. I'm playing a dressing style wizard. I take some.
gaming.
I
So you
take
watch as
hits.
Sybil's, like her clothes, you see magical wards going off as a couple of things hit you. That kind of hurt your arm, this one, because
Yeah.
that's on the side. And as y'all are doing that, you watch as a slightly semi-transparent spectral form starts to reappear in the vehicle.
Fucking hell.
Going to how? Okay, so we are sped up enough. Can I see the engine?
You haven't, because you've gone off-road and you've slowed down in the twisting. You're still behind them. You're not able to see ahead of them. But y'all are getting back to the bridge, but you can see where old Highway 8 goes off.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they're about to go that way towards Old Highway 8.
The fuck will make y'all go away?
Going to basically ask Sybil to hold on to the wheel for just a little bit. And going to do a shot in the dark at that engine.
Alright, so what abilities are you using from the professional?
That not really any other abilities other than just kick some ass or else act under pressure. That's the only thing that...
You don't have precise shot.
Wait, precise shot is not on the professional sheet.
I thought that was on the professional.
I don't know
Unless
nothing,
that's on
man.
that might be on the expert.
Yeah.
I'm monster man. I don't know nothing.
Anyway, so roll me that kick some ass.
Ass kick with fire salt.
Okay, that happens.
Hell
That is
yeah.
a 13.
Hell yeah.
Alright, what's the additional ability you're picking?
Additional effect is... I want to force them where I want them.
Where do you want them?
You say that they are turning, right?
They're trying to go down Old Highway 8.
As that, I basically take the shot at the engine. I am going to cause them to... Are there any... What kind of buildings are kind of like nearby on that curve?
On
It'd be
this
the
side,
pharmacy.
it's on this side, no, because y'all haven't gone back over the bridge.
Yeah, we're still
it's
in
mostly
Manchester.
woods, and they're out towards where y'all looped around. There was a construction company.
All right. That is it like any type of like... Still like... Is it like an old abandoned construction company?
No, that was back then.
Oh,
It's still
okay.
active. But what it is what you have is median that goes down a little bit,
Okay.
woods, median that goes down a little bit, woods. The old highway looks like it veers off, but you can see where there's dirt on the side where it used to go straight before
Yeah.
it curved to the new bridge. So it looks like they were going to go right at the Y instead of left at the Y.
I am going to make them go left at the Y and then potentially try to crash into some kind of median.
Okay, so they could crash off in the woods. There's not like a concrete
Yeah,
median or anything.
okay.
So how much damage is that?
4 plus whatever the fire salt does.
Okay. So you watch as and you hit the wheel on this side and it does the same thing again and starts to reform, but it does force them to go that way. Well, I should say the way you hit the engine. But in response to that, you watch Shorty looks like he looped something over that big potato gun that's sticking out the back, and that semi-formed spectral body seems to be kind of putting an arm over it, and you watch as he gets out, hops up over, and is obviously walking along the side of the railing to start fixing the engine. Like, it looks like what you're getting is the little dude obviously was just all over the car whenever they actually had it going and was fixing it as they ran. Like some Mad Max bullshit, but still veering off to the side, but there is no harm coming back to you at this point because they are opting to do a repair. However, it also looks like they are still readying some type of...
Pazari, if you're going to do something, do it now.
So, since my last turn, Tater Gun, Fire and Shrapnel,
Ice missile.
more, that knocked the fat guy off for a minute. Dirt track driving on the side of the road and taking a pot shot at toward the front of the car.
Yeah.
Now the car's skidding from
The car-
where it looked like it was trying to go.
It was going to go down the old road that looks pretty rough, and they forced it to go back onto the main road that will take it back over the bridge.
I don't have the preternatural speed move. So
You could always just use magic to rain fire from above as a bird.
Flaming shits.
Flip that.
Good God.
I mean, you are a demon bird. Phoenix from hell.
can I attempt to trap the car. Lock the car down with using magic. It says trap a specific person, minion, or monster. Would the car be considered a minion, monster, something? An object to
roll me
trap.
weird as this is going through your head, Pazari. Roll me weird to see if you can figure out this idea.
Because it seems like the salt's not doing enough, like they've got too much momentum going on, so using weird, that's an 11.
Okay, using weird, that's an 11. Maybe it's worth a shot. You definitely know you could probably do it to one of the ghosts.
I want to try to control the car. Well, hang on.
You can try and banish it,
Hang on.
and then we'll have a car.
No, because that's banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it inhabits.
I mean, they're kind of cursing the time.
That didn't work for me so well the last time. Just saying. Okay. I want to try to trap Ricky, the driver, in place so that the car will continue on without him and then they won't have their driver.
Okay.
Like, basically keep him bloop, and boom.
Okay. Roll me weird.
This feels like they're about to screw me over.
Okay.
Alright, cool. It's the same, 11.
Okay, you watch as Ricky still got arm over the seat like this. The car keeps going and he's still in the exact same position.
Cool! Are they gonna run into him?
They may. And you watch as all of a sudden you look down as you do it.
Dum?
The biggies. Biggie fired the. You watch his Chubbs has reformed. He has fired it again in your direction.
I feel like I would have not been a bird anymore since I'm having to actually do.
I'm
like,
going to say
even
that you can
magic
cast
shit.
magic as a bird.
Oh, cool! Okay, yeah. So this bird's about to get shot out of the sky. How fun! All right, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, he shot it. It's
Yeah.
poor.
Oh, that's painful. Oh my god, that's. Oh god. Are you okay? 1,
You
2,
could use luck to
3,
avoid harm.
4. I'm 1 away from dead again.
So, I'm going to say now,
Go back to hell.
Pazari, doom.
I'm falling
I'm gonna
dramatically pieta out of the sky.
I'm going to say that you land in the back of the car is also
Their car?
Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
going to do that just because all of a sudden you're like, ha, goom. Pazari just lands.
Yeah, I don't look good. There's holes everywhere.
There's a screw.
It's like the Loki on the floor.
It's even worse, like, just spread eagled over the back. Spread eagle. Get it? Over the back of the car. Like, I'm not even really fully in the car. I feel like I'm about to fall out of the back.
Okay, so y'all see Ricky still in the same position for driving as the car's now going back towards the bridge.
But he's just hovering in the middle
He's
of the
just
road.
hovering in the middle of the air and can't move.
What?
What do we do?
Do we take out the car or do we take out Ricky?
I mean, he's right there.
Take him out.
Thank me later.
You just and there's a knife.
Is shooting ice gonna work now?
You're thinking about this too much. Do something before y'all drive through him.
Good God.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Holy shite.
I think you.
Did you boxcar?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Did you add your +1 for your practitioner thing?
16.
Oh God.
So yeah, you hit Ricky with a what? You don't have any more salt.
No, I guess I just have fire and earth, so I guess when I have frost and earth, so I'm hoping ice is gonna do something.
Okay, so yeah, how much? What's the total damage?
And plus the extra effect.
Plus the extra effect.
Extra effect. Is it for this one? Kick some ass or use magic?
From kick some ass.
Yep, because when you do war magic, it functions if you're doing kick some ass.
Your attack drives the enemy away on foot. What does that mean?
That would mean you make Ricky run.
Okay, I don't want him to run. Come on my way. The double normal harm?
Wait, was that for the... Do you have advanced moves on kick some ass?
I roll weird for kick some ass, don't I?
Yeah, but
But you still have to use the kick
still
some
have to
ass.
use some kick some ass rules. It's you
List.
can't do the...
How do I have advanced moves in kick some ass?
You eventually... When
I
you
have
level,
advanced moves.
yeah, but when you pick advanced moves,
You pick 2 of them.
yeah, you pick 2 of them. So you, which 2 did you pick? You know you picked Read a Bad Situation.
So then that was
That's sharp.
Well, Read a
Wait.
Bad Situation has its own advanced.
Right.
Every one of the moves has its own advanced
Right. So
thing.
you'd have to have bought the advanced one for 2 of the different move sets.
I have no idea what you just said to me.
Okay, so when you get advanced moves, you get to pick 2. So like investigate a mystery and read a bad situation, or protect someone and
In your level ups, under advanced, it says mark 2 of the basic hunter moves as advanced.
so you.
There's
pick-
also mark another 2 of the basic hunter moves as advanced.
So you picked read a bad situation earlier, right? Or was it investigate a mystery?
Where does it say that?
Under your level ups, on the second page, bottom right,
On the second page.
advanced improvements. After you
Where
have
did you-
leveled up 5 times,
Where'd you take advanced movement or advanced rolls?
you're looking at the bottom left, hon. Look at the bottom right.
Looking at the bottom right. 5 times below 5 for advanced moves. They're in addition to these. They're below. Does
Did you actually take advanced moves at all?
advanced improvement?
Please stand by while we technically figure things out.
You didn't take any of the base moves, so you have no advanced options. You didn't pick any of that, so you have no advanced moves, so we shouldn't have done the ask
Alright,
whatever
well.
question.
Too late. So.
Yeah, can't undo that now. Sybil's dead.
Fight me.
That's one way to fix it. By not fixing it.
Oh, that's been hours ago. We can't undo that now.
right.
So, you just got to pick one of the regular additional effects.
Force him where you want him. He's gonna stay right the. He's gonna. Can I force him to not be on this plane of existence?
No, that's vanishing.
Terrible harm. So +1, so 3 harm.
Okay, so that's a total of 5 he's taking. You watch as Ricky shatters into ice and dust, but as that's happening, you watch as Sweet Baby Sue, or Baby Sue, has flipped back around on the road and is coming back towards y'all. It looks like Shorty has overclocked the engine. Like looks like he is literally pouring gasoline into it. Chubbs has a hand on the wheel, so the potato gun is now falling off the back and just.
Okay.
Alright.
And as they're coming by, you watch as they come shooting back by the car, flames shoot out from the exhaust on the side of the ramp rod because they got those really dope ass side pipes.
Yeah.
Just, and that's going to be 3 harm
To everybody,
on the car.
I'm about to be fucking dead.
1 harm.
I'm fucking dead again. Damn.
Again?
I had 1 harm left. I was fucking dying on the back of the car. I'm fucking dead.
Unstable. So as that they pass by, since that it is my turn.
I got
You could do protect
someone.
So, here's that.
Pazari never lives.
Pazari just poofs back into that room, back at the place. Wait, what?
Do they have some kind of contract where I don't get to go back to hell?
They might.
Damn. Fuck no!
Okay, so
4, 5, 6. So that's a 7.
that's a 7. So you protect someone, but you'll suffer some or all the harm. So there's There's 3 coming from your initial.
Which was, I took 1 from that, and I get 2. I got a +2 against whatever I count from Pazari, so I take 2 harm altogether.
Okay, I would just...
Pazari, you are smelling the brimstone of home. You're like, take me, Beelzebub. Take me now.
Mephistopheles, I'm ready to come home
And
again.
as your eyes are opening, you see this smiling, bearded face.
Fuck, not you!
Holding a hand out.
No!
And then all of a sudden, he just fist bumps you, disappears as Sybil has shielded you from this fire.
I have never in my life said thank you to you, but thank you. I didn't
looking
want to do
up,
that.
looking up, just like at the flames, and just like
Hero
these.
complex and so bad.
But you know
now,
that
huh?
these motherfuckers gotta go.
They did fuck up the paint on the side. Where is everybody at harm-wise?
I
am 1 away from dead.
I'm at 3
4.
harm.
3 harm, 4. You're starting to be unstable.
Yeah. So
I am 6 harm, 1 away from dead.
So that's what we're doing. So they just, at the end of Sybil's turn, they just loop back around.
They about to do it again.
basically aiming at the engine again with the big gun. Last round, probably of the fire assaults.
Okay.
Nope. Going to go ahead and get this because I am at 4 luck now. Yay me!
You spent 4 luck?
Yeah.
I have spent 3 luck this game.
No, I'm just
So
saying.
you've spent 4.
Oh yeah, I had spent 4 total. So you know what? Let's just make this fun. Whatever that the, you know what? I am gonna force them where I want from. Whenever then they come back around.
Well, no, they just literally shot past you and they're heading back down the road the opposite direction
How'd
from
they
y'all
get
again.
past us?
They looped and you got someone overclocking the engine.
Yeah. So
They flame fly by, drive by
They
us.
thought they
fishtail
were-
flame.
I thought
They
they were coming
fishtailed
at
and
us.
then
Flame
they-
drive by,
Yeah, flame drive by you.
and
so
they're heading off.
So
the same
basically, that this sniper rifle is going to take 4 harm, and then that whatever that the fire assault does to them, and then basically force them where I want them. If it's any kind of tree or anything like that, they're going to hit the tree.
Okay, so you do that and you watch as they rock, they hit the tree, but they keep going through it because ghost. But yeah, the car is making it like. Again, there's not a lot of noise coming from them, which makes this like I'm saying like there's all these noises and making sound effects. It's fucking dead quiet from them. But it's almost like in your head you can hear a rattling. So they go through the tree, and they're going to cut back towards Old 8, and you can see reforming in the seat, starting to look back at you, lighting a new cigarette,
I'm tired of this shit.
is Ricky, and they start to go down Highway 8. Pazari, are you trying to heal yourself because we're kind of in an unstable, rolly times?
Yeah.
Heal.
Can I roll into the space behind the seat so I'm at least out
I'm
of
gonna
line
say
of fire?
You can shift down like Nezuko from Demon Slayer into Little Pazari. So you ball and be like, heal.
I'm going to shrinkify and kind of slip between the seats and just be like, ow, ow. Yeah, I'll do healy things to not hopefully die and maybe heal 2 down. Hey, that's 6s. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna heal 2. I'm still technically unstable, but no, wait.
Does it
Heal.
say it removes the unstable?
Yes, it stabilizes,
Okay, so-
but I'm still at 4 harm.
Yeah,
so
you're stable. You're not bleeding out now.
yeah,
So
I'm
you
gonna
do
keep
that.
plucking nuts and bolts out of my jacket.
When you got yourself smaller, it's just they just all start falling out. The floor of this thing now just has nuts and bolts and tiny gears.
Well, while y'all try to catch up with the ghost car again, I'm gonna go pee.
So you watch as they keep going down Highway, the Old 8. So are you? Since this is kind of outside, more of a kind of, are you going to follow? Because if
We are injured. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just asking, are you going to follow or are you?
No, stuff I have to do. I'm really tired of these fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, gonna have to follow to figure out why in the world did they keep what's down this old highway.
Okay, so give me a act under pressure to drive.
What was that earlier? That's a 10.
Okay, so you're able to pull the handbrake again. You hear all the jingling that's coming out of Pazari across the back of your car, and you loop back to get back behind them. They're still ahead of you, and this is a rough old highway that, I'm not gonna lie, probably is only used for trucks that are going to the back entrance of that old, like you're assuming there might be a back entrance to the construction company,
Mm-hmm.
or fishing spots. Because there is not a bridge here anymore, as y'all saw.
Okay.
So, Sybil, what are you doing as they're still... Sorry, it's running late, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta get Dee Dee.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I think you would have said something if you had
Yeah,
to.
by
It
now
would have
I
been.
figured.
It would have been a long while ago.
I figured Spence would be like, guys, I gotta leave. It's not the, I want to be nice.
Can I borrow them from Highway 8?
They're already on it.
Yeah,
so
will that knock them off?
maybe.
Boop them off with
Trying to
magic.
boop them off road.
I guess. Better observe another place and time.
I feel like we've out of character. I feel like we've missed something because we are not
Yeah.
doing enough.
Oh no, you've done a lot.
Well,
to
doesn't
the-
matter though, because they keep
They keep
materializing.
reforging, so it's like we've missed something, some crucial element here. There remains the cars remain
I don't know if
something.
this might be useless. I want to use magic to observe another place or time. I want to see when they had their accident and died. They're on Highway 8.
Okay, roll weird.
We're on recon now. I'm healing. You're looking. You're catching up driving.
10.
10. Okay, so instantly we're back in black and white times. It's because even in flashbacks, your memory doesn't come in color.
Tropey cliche
Okay.
bullshit.
Leave It to Beaver is playing in the background.
Oh gosh.
Not that. No.
No, is you
the
watch.
horror.
You watch as from the bank they're going down Old Main Street over the bridge, with a couple cop cars behind them, and as they're getting further out on the road, there's sheriffs coming in the opposite direction, so they loop back around and are trying to. They speed back past the two cop cars, but as they are going back towards the bridge, they see that the bridge is now going up because, of course, perfect movie timing of, totally cars just ran across this, but now we're going to lift it because there's a barge. So they veer off to the right, ramp up over the levee, and nosedive right before the edge of the river. But you hear a spl as they hit. You hear a splurp.
Splurp.
Not a splash, a splurp.
You hear a sporp.
Like the
Why
car-
is there a splurp?
Like the car in mud or bodies going squish because we're on
Probably a
tangent.
mixture of both.
Is it just like oh,
You don't. Your viewpoint does not see it hit. You see the ramp over. You see chubs in the air,
Yeah.
and then over the edge, and you hear a splurp.
did they never get the car out?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean that they never
I
got
saw
the
them
car?
go over the levee, but I didn't get a vantage point of how they landed or where they were.
I'll cough up another bolt. There wasn't a car in the riverbed that I saw.
So where the fuck is the car?
Did anybody even ask?
No.
Then what the hell are we doing?
Going to
Besides dying.
That's just you.
while driving, going to basically quickly call up the deputy, or else that the sheriff or whoever it is.
Okay, this is going to be a quick phone call because the road does.
Yeah.
It's not long.
Saying,
Okay.
so I'm going to be like, I have a quick question that
Now see what happened to the car.
why and
What
what
are you
had
talking
happened to
about?
the car? We're just at the God dang it, we're just at the
Redline Ricky's car. What
Red
happened?
Line Ricky's
No
car.
fucking clue.
What do you mean no fucking clue?
Y'all never gave the cops any of the information that y'all looked at. Never stated that you did. Also, they didn't go do any additional research.
I asked Butts about it, about Ricky, but
He didn't know.
No,
anything
you
about-
asked Butts.
that's what it
Yeah.
said.
Butts didn't know anything about Ricky.
You got the most of your information from the microfiche and from the Ambo driver.
So was it anything in the newspaper that said that they had dug up the car or anything?
Real quick, the two of you that looked at anything, roll me sharp.
Rack your brains real quick, kids.
8.
8. It mentioned bodies recovered.
They got the bodies. The fuck?
So, you did that. You did the phone call. They're not attacking you back this round because you didn't do anything, but you watch them as the road goes. They hit the levee and it goes up. You watch Chubbs in the air. You see Shorty off to the side, hanging off, and you can tell from the trajectory is going to be underneath the wheel when it hits. And you just see, from a slight angle, straight armed back, pompadour in the air, blown back, cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Flame shoots out in all directions, burning the grass on the other side of the levee where it hit.
But that means that they saw where it hit.
Y'all do see where, you two see where it hits as you get up. Because, I mean, if y'all do not stop, y'all are going to ramp off this levee too.
Stop.
Oh, stop. I'm stopping.
Before the car's even fully stopped, I'm like getting out, I'm like
Yeah.
jumping out the car.
Can I heal one more again?
Yes, you totally can. You're sitting there like, oh, look. I found Snackums.
So,
I'm jumping out.
The ever-loving fuck!
What happened?
I'm spinning another fucking
Did you
luck.
Did you roll boxcars?
No, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, okay.
But I'm rolling. I'm adding a luck to that because I don't want the miss where I hurt myself.
So okay, so you're healing back. You're starting to feel more Pazari than bits of a car engine.
while basically
I'll start crawling out of the car. I'm still tiny.
I'm
This
leaping
seems
out
fun.
of the car, going to where it crashed.
Guys, what up? I got little legs.
going to basically use my medic ability to heal myself first, because you got to make sure the medic is healed before you heal the other
Place the
people.
mask upon your face before assisting anyone else. This dog is just loving this right now.
Okay.
Be comfy.
Okay, then I will choose to heal 2 harm, but I am still unstable.
Okay, so you're getting packs over where
Yeah.
the burns are, and y'all watch as Sybil is just booking it up this hill.
All right, we need to follow Sybil.
I'll
Pardon?
get back to my full size, and I'm walking. I'm not running. Now, I have another mechanic question.
Yes.
Can I heal my Jesus harm or not?
Your Jesus harm.
I still had 1 Jesus harm previously, so I'm trying to figure out if I.
I'm gonna say that is that like Jesus did it to you, or was it from
That
the
is the
the
shot.
Jesus
the
Jesus
holy,
juice.
The holy water probably is. It's gonna take a little bit longer
Okay, so I would need a full night rest again before I could
Right.
drop that other one. Okay.
because it's still technically kind of in your system.
Yeah. All right. Fair.
So y'all make it up there, and there is a large burn mark that looks like it's been burned there more than once. About maybe 50, 60 feet off from where the bridge probably used to run. You can see there's a or you can see where there was the pillars for it.
And is this on the other side of
This
the
is a-
river from where
it's-
we checked before?
Right, and
Okay.
it's not in the river.
Right.
And you notice as y'all get closer, the ground is a lot more soft, just past the levee, right before you get to the river.
Reading a bad
Magic.
situation right quick.
Okay. Read a
Go
bad
ahead,
situation.
read bad situation.
Okay, that is going to be a 9.
A 9. So ask your question.
Other page.
Other page. I am going to say what is our best way in?
As you get out there, you start sinking almost up to your ankle in the mud. So dig.
Magic.
Okay. What are you doing with magic?
I want to use magic to clear away the soft earth.
Can I assist by just lending energy?
Sure. So roll to help out.
I've never actually done that before with any character, so give me a second. That's a cool. Okay.
A demon is being helpful.
Hey, that's a good one.
I got a tenor to help.
Okay, so let me see. Where is it on here?
A +1 is what it grants.
Okay, yeah, +1.
Okay, now I have.
I don't have that paper over here.
Now I have.
I got it.
Practitioners. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Oh yeah, it's right there. So 12 altogether.
Yep.
So you watch as Sybil Pazari like puts a hand out on his shoulder.
Oh, I'm not actually touching her. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
just-
kind of.
Hate everything. And just
Take the tip of my spear and shove it in the ground.
and you watch as the mud and it's about 8 feet down at this point.
Erosion and everything, yeah.
And just the continual weight on soft soil. You see the back of the engine block. You don't see the rest of the car, but you see.
How does it recover the bodies and leave the fucking car?
Okay, because here's the thing. He said the back of the engine block. That means they probably took the whole goddamn cab, like the cab and the back. But the engine block itself was probably way too damn heavy for anything short of a fucking bulldozer to pull out.
Yeah, this is a
and in the
V-
60s, they weren't going to have that.
This is a V12 Chrysler.
A V4 or a V6 engine block still weighs close to like 2,000 pounds.
A V12 is also known as a jet engine.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it is.
So going to be using that magic to go. Whoop.
Alright, I'm not gonna make
Warp
you
it
roll
out.
for that. Just you now pull out the engine.
I'm going to set it like on top of the levee, so it's like not having to be pulled out.
Telekinesis. Oh fuck, this is so heavy.
It's more like using the mud to push it up.
Earth magic.
Oh,
Earth
look
bending.
at you. Being a little druid.
Yeah, so basically just taking photos on the phone. Gonna be kind of
Listen,
like,
in Universe 1, Sybil has everything but air. She's basically the fucking Avatar, okay?
yeah, that's how that the
It's-
professor is too.
It's in the Dresden Fate series. You can get almost all the elements under your control, but there will always be one that you're not super great at, and it's usually the opposite of what you started.
So that you're just the avatar.
No, I
then.
got-
So
I-
fucking Avatar.
So you get this out.
Is that all that was left in there that we can tell?
You find a headlight.
Is this why they've been doing this? Because what part of the car was left?
Is it like any type of
this-
like inscriptions or anything?
Can I start burning it with hellfire to try to drive out the ghosts?
Not yet.
Roll me investigate a mystery, everybody, as you're looking at this engine. Because at this point, I don't think it's a bad situation, but you do have like a 4.5, 5 foot engine block out on the ground that's highly damaged.
Oh, experience.
Experience.
Are we all marking We're
Yes.
dumb.
I'm not gonna say you're dumb. This thing has been
I don't know
in the
shit about
ground.
cars.
This thing has been in the ground for 60 years. It basically did like a 30-foot nosedive straight into the ground. So
were they in character? So Sybil, that you are more, and then Pazari, that is it any? So that this the thing that could be tying them still to this plane?
Not for long. I want to hellfire it. I want to start working on casting the fucking demons out.
I
Demons.
open my third eye to see if I actually see them around because I saw them on my third eye the first time.
Okay, when you open your third eye,
I mean, I see invisible things.
okay, so you're opening it just to see, but there is a aura around the engine. It's that green wreathed flames. And you do see the three of them standing on the other side of it, looking at you, just staring.
I want to send them to
Can
hell.
we speak to them?
Using magic.
Me
So-
first!
Are you trying to burn the engine? Go ahead.
I am
and roll.
I am burning the engine with hellfire.
Go
so
ahead
that
and
it
roll.
hopefully can... Hell yeah, 13, brother.
Okay, so you start setting it on. You start hitting it with fire.
Hellfire. I'm
Yeah.
summoning it up from the depths.
So you're trying to banish the engine.
No. Technically the move would be... Banish a spirit or curse
Okay,
from
so
the
you're
person,
banishing
object, or place it inhabits. I'm going to start with Ricky.
Okay, so well, you can't see Ricky.
I can see Ricky.
She's seeing invisible.
I know that there are 3 ghosts attached to this engine. I'm
Right.
banishing Ricky.
Well, I think if you banish what's on the engine, it might banish them altogether.
Yeah.
Well, she's okay. So let me make sure I'm understanding this. So let me break down. She's using invisible vision
I'm not even waiting to hear what she sees.
to what she's seeing. You see the engine, and you're banishing Ricky from looking at the engine. Is that what you're telling me?
I am banishing a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it inhabits. We found the fucking engine. That's obviously what's tying them here. I'm banishing the driver that I have a vendetta with already from the object that he's probably fucking tied to.
Okay, roll me weird.
I already
Okay,
did.
what'd you get? 13?
It was 13.
Okay, Ricky's gone. And then you feel a knife in your back
From who?
from little Ricky. No, there's no little Ricky. So Pazari starts doing something. I don't
Ricky's
know.
gone.
Brimstone
There's a smell of brimstone.
and flames
I think if
flickering.
you do it to the whole thing, the other 2 are going to be gone too.
Oh, I can keep going. I'll keep it going.
Ricky's gone.
So, if we're doing it this way,
Yeah.
we're going to flip back
Right.
into doing something. A piston fires out and smacks you in the tummy for 2 harm.
Hey, don't let me die, alright? And I'm gonna keep the hellfire going.
Alright, and that going to say to Sybil, like if that you see any kind of runic mark that can knock out all 3 of them, that's fine. I'm gonna be busy healing up this one.
Yeah, heal me up, because I'm already unstable again.
Just something. Ha! Boom! Ha! Mother!
I'm still holding the
What?
hellfire.
I feel like you're thinking that, but the whole time you're like, not gonna let anybody see this veneer.
Oh no!
Nothing.
Oh no!
Are you killing me?
I took a. Let's see here. What is this? Cool.
What did I ever do to you?
That is a
Well.
miss. I rolled a miss.
Okay, what happens when you miss with your?
I did on the miss. I caused 1 extra harm.
This is what I get. This is what I get for being good. This is what I get. This is what I get.
Can I protect?
This is what I get.
Can I protect Pazari from her healing?
I don't think you can protect a misapplied boo-boo bandage.
Take the fucking fire salt off your fucking hands.
That's probably what it is.
Why
Sorry.
get down there and wash your fucking hands?
Fine.
So am I taking another harm from you? I'm dropping the hellfire because this is obviously not working. I take 1 more hit and I'm fucking dead.
Okay, did you? So trying to heal you. Breaks. I would say you don't so much drop it as I would say it breaks your concentration.
Essentially, I'll have to redo it again to...
Okay.
Which, I mean, I was going to have to roll weird to,
Right.
like, continue it anyway, so, like, it's fine.
Ricky's still gone though.
Ricky's in hell.
Okay.
Pazari just sent Ricky to hell.
That's
Is that-
1 off my 1,000 that I owe, so that's 999.
I'm going to do as Pazari did and try and get rid of the curse on the engine block as a whole. Hopefully that will get rid of the other 2.
Okay. In the distance, y'all can hear sirens finally. Actually, just hear butts. Wee-oo, wee-oo.
He's got the
8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, gone.
Both of them?
Okay, so you're banished.
I'm trying to banish the curse from the engine block.
It's not a curse. It's
an
ghost
attachment.
tied to.
Oh.
I'm trying
okay.
to do the whole, like, I'm trying to wipe them both out. If
You
I
can only get one with
Okay,
this.
well then the big one's gone.
Chubbs.
Where are you sending Chubbs to?
I don't fucking care. Not here.
You just banished
Send
Chubbs.
him with his brother.
Chubbs all of a sudden is standing before a large door that opens up, and
Did you send
a
him to
one-eyed
Anubis?
man steps out.
Chubbs was Viking?
No, but I am.
He's just gonna open the door. We weren't expecting anyone to. Come on, get in.
He's big, he can hang out with
there.
Volstagg.
Get your ass in hell.
Just get in here, Chubbs.
So Chubbs is going to work out and then become Kratos.
Chubbs is all of a sudden just like, who are you? I am Chubbs, Lord of the Ribs.
You're dick.
I have found my way in life. I know how to
Afterlife.
barbecue goats, and I've also released Chubb Stub Sauce. It's totally not copyrighted because I put my name on. Yes, I totally just wrote my name on the top of a Stubbs.
Alright, so Chubbs is gone.
Chubbs is gone.
So is that back to me?
Yes.
So what's going to happen is
Maybe just help yourself.
That's what I was gonna do.
another piston is going to fire and hit you. Let's see, it was 2 damage you took, right?
So I'll take it.
I have to find a way to ignore that fucking.
How do you think that I feel?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna attempt to heal
Kinda
myself
hits-
because somebody didn't wash their motherfucking hands.
This is how infection happens, Nadine.
Some healer you are.
Look, everyone knows the cleric rather do DPS.
Now you did let us go ahead and level up if we hit that in game. I hit that earlier on that whatever I missed on, so I've applied it to cool. So I've actually got a 9 on my heal there. So I'll heal 1 and stabilize. So
Okay, so you're still standing there.
Okay, it's.
You still
I
just
say
see.
help
I
Pazari,
have no
but
magic.
did you wash
I-
your hands?
Why, yes, of course.
Did you
I
use
did.
a wet
I washed
wipe?
my hands, yes. You
Go
know,
get him a Gatorade or something.
I
Nadine.
hate
Damn.
you.
No, Spence. You know what? Do what you're gonna do.
I
I think it's
hate
funny.
you.
I totally washed my hands. Still.
Ow! if claws. It's like you're going to pay for the damage you're adding to me, and I'm gonna life drain. On my next turn, am I taking that hit, or are you spending the luck on little me?
you gotta take the hit. Dice decided.
You're gonna fucking die.
So all of a sudden it's like just slaps again, and the burn from the salt.
I'm dropping to my knees and hunching over so that I can plot.
I am so sorry.
You are really bad at this.
Actually, I feel like in the back of Nadine's head, this is for the pharmacy. I know you're responsible somehow.
This is a Freudian slip.
I'm so
I
sorry.
think it's
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
her.
Sybil.
We reversed the
Okay.
Try and get
Order.
rid of the last one.
You got
You're done
this.
hurting people. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. Well, it's 9 is a
Glitch.
Mix.
there's a glitch.
Yeah. But you get to choose the
Yeah.
type of glitch.
Draws attention.
Okay, so as you banish him, all 3 of you see the outline of Shorty, who is like barely 5 foot in boots. But as that happens, the cops are coming over the top of the. That's like some Doctor Strange shit. We done got ourselves a sorcerer warlock supremes.
Is it back to me? Is it back to me?
So the engine, which the aura is now gone, and in front of all of you, you watch the engine rust and the engine block crack.
I closed my sight.
It's back to you, Pazari, as the cops are now coming down the hill.
I would like to, from my knees,
Do it.
reach over and just kind of like punch this one in the lower abdomen so that I can do a life drain to regain some juice, because fucking hurts.
All right, roll, kick some ass.
Not the Jesus dice. Hell yeah. That's gonna add my weird, so 11.
Okay, so you get an additional effect.
Force them where I want them. You're tumbling down the levee. Go play in the mud. Since you love having dirty hands so much.
Now, because the way the system
Right.
works, there is a reaction that you have, Nadine.
Yeah, it is. Then that.
But before anything else, though, I'm healing like too hard, man.
Good, because you're probably gonna get zapped.
I know.
I'm going to. You use a. Okay, I am going to try to protect myself with the protect someone reaction. Because it says that you can prevent harm or another when you prevent harm to an. Oh wait, I read that wrong.
Protect someone always applies to someone
I
else.
don't have a reaction move.
Well, I mean, you get. It's kind of like whenever y'all
When-
do something,
Oh.
a monster attacks. So
Yeah.
technically,
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
a PvP mode.
As that, I am basically rolling that Pazari. I don't even have to press it. That she rolls in a way the button is pressed on a little bit longer than usual.
but it releases one amount.
Yeah.
It does like holding the button down. It's not like
Right.
all right. This is not some type of I'm going to self-medicate with the morphine drip kind of thing.
Right.
How much damage has it done traditionally?
1 per.
One per. So all of a sudden,
But I can't ignore it and I can't heal it another way.
right. So all of a sudden, in the back of your head.
I'm going face down in the dirt.
Sybil's just standing there like,
This was the
This is why you
shortest,
don't work for the fucking government.
the shortest fight ever.
It's just. So the cops get down there with the deputy, and the deputy pharmacist.
Oh god.
And you see for the first time the sheriff show up.
Gonna just try to
Oh,
scramble back up.
so you're the sheriff.
Just a very familiar smile goes across,
Oh, you fucker.
and you see that on the on the nameplate is Sheriff L. Oki.
When he gets close to him, hello, Uncle.
Hello. Oh, I've been on vacation. Got transferred here. I'm very sorry about anything.
Oh, I bet you.
They called me. I mean, I was almost all the way to Mexico, and wife's not going to be happy, but you know, we're just going to need to get everybody back at the station real quick, document this. We'll get a backhoe, I guess, to come out here and. How'd y'all? This is a lot of digging.
Magic.
That is such bullshit.
All it
Ain't
is
nothing
just
such
a
as
miracle.
magic.
It is just a miracle that happened today.
No, those don't exist.
What are me and Jesus painting this time?
You're just sitting
That
there.
one's had a bad day.
No, she's saying this to me as the DM. You're just sitting there, and you've painted a rat rod that looks so much better than the one you just helped destroy.
Where is Jesus, though? We and him need to have
But
words.
Jesus is just doing this. Really enjoy that. That's fantastic. You did some great shading there, and I really like how you used the burnt umber to make rust. You're doing fantastic.
Do you see what happens when I try to do good?
The problem is, it didn't come from in your heart. You were still doing it so you could angle it for your own benefit later. So it's still, while trying to be good, it's for the wrong reasons. But you know what? We're going to get there. It's going to be fine. Also, have a donut.
No. Those guys were trying to save a family business, and they got punished.
Because they were kind of stupid.
Well, to be fair,
They were doing
on
the
a large
right
amount of cocaine.
thing for the right reasons, and they still end up trapped
Well, that's
for
because-
decades.
And your actions have sent at least one of them somewhere else.
That's on you.
Anyway, I'm going to put this on my fridge. And you're sitting there with a donut in your hand now.
The question is, does the donut come with me back to reality?
No, you're sitting there, and there's a donut in your hand.
Is this made from you? Because that's a little gross, man.
To cheese it.
Boom, boom.
I'm thinking Jesus is giving me a bread product. Like,
Jesus
is this a sacrament? Like, I ain't touching that. Like, I mean, I'm touching it, but I'm not eating that. That seems like it would burn.
It's just a donut covered in pink frosting and sprinkles.
Let's get out of the
Oh,
mud.
Dad, let's just get out of here, because I already know that I'm about to be up in so much shit.
So
Paperwork.
and that's where we'll end this hunt, as
I
y'all
have to
having
get
to.
home. I have a wedding to plan.
So let us go through some paperwork real quick before we end the stream.
Good God.
I hope y'all enjoyed this just
We
ridiculous.
did.
So before we do this, do you want to know exactly how much harm that thing could soak?
A lot.
It seemed like
It could soak 14 harm. That's how much health it had. But it ignored any physical attack and halved magic.
Fuck!
Damn.
And
Tank.
if you destroyed any of the 3 minions, they would respawn.
Right.
how much could each of them
They could take 5.
soak? Okay.
So you could have kept
So-
popping
That this
them.
was
So
a
did-
banishment mystery.
So were
No,
they?
because if you had banished them,
Recover it.
if you had banished the vehicle, it would have come back. The big thing is the Achilles heel for it was you had to find the
Okay,
car.
let me ask this. And this is me speaking as a monster player. Did it not have a vulnerability to salt as a ghost car?
The salt is the main thing that was doing damage to it other than half the ice magic.
Okay, so vulnerability does additional harm.
Right, so instead of doing 1, it was doing 2. Y'all were pinging it. And then when Shorty showed up to repair the engine, when he jumped on the front, he basically healed back some of the damage.
That,
You built a fucking tank.
I mean,
man.
then
I
that,
did. And his thing is, if you had completely destroyed it, like without finding the body of the car, there would have been a third part to this because they would have come.
It would have restored like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense, and I'm not denying that. That's just oh my god.
yeah, I mean, in that, it is basically like whenever that Hewitt plays Dale, that he had chose up that the Divine's Devastator, which doubles the vulnerability and stuff. So as a normal keeper vulnerability, you will only get that extra 1 or 2, whatever that the keeper sets.
Well, I'm
Pretty
just
much.
trying to find out like the actual I was just trying to see the actual breakdown of like
Oh,
there was no way we were gonna stop that car with the equipment and supplies that we had at our disposal when it's resistant to magic and to anything not laced with salt. Like, oh my god.
That was a
That is,
big
somebody brought in a magical cannon, which means I think I might be limiting the number of games Sybil gets to participate in.
Even at 14 potential hit points though, and she was only doing 4 potentially a turn. That's still with Shorty able to heal it up. That still could have been more than it still would have been
And
the
then
same
that
amount of
the
rounds.
car could
like,
still
at
came
least.
back
It
if
would
that
still
we
could
would
have
have
come back
destroyed.
anyway, though,
So-
if we
Yeah.
destroyed it.
Main thing is
Whew.
the main thing is that I was trying to make it a more intense car chase,
That wasn't.
That
You
was intense.
succeeded.
so that everybody's like, "We're gonna control where the car's going." I'm like, "This makes it go longer, but okay." So if I had broken this into a 3-parter, there would have been you would have had a first fight, and then there would have been okay, what did we learn? But
Right.
let's solve this. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
God help us.
Did we
did.
save someone from certain death or worse?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
The 18
You did. You made it worse. You saved other regular people. You nearly killed Pazari.
Well, we kind of
I did
saved
save Pazari from dying.
the truck driver at the
Y'all
start.
did save people. I'm just making jokes and exes because you get the point.
yes.
So, Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes, that apparently that that you have to basically complete your investigation, or else that that restless criminals will keep on looping their last one last ride.
Go suck.
The Washita River is a morass of pain and detrimental intentions.
I can't disprove that.
You can't.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yeah, we had
Pazari can shapeshift.
We had
We
learned.
knew that.
I learned that.
We knew that.
I forgot that since the last time you played Pazari.
We knew that.
We had
Someone mentioned
learned
something at the very end.
that we had learned Nadine's society name.
That is a good
That is a
point.
good
So
point.
we got all 4, so that means 2 XPs.
Yay!
I leveled up.
I level up again. I want to say.
So,
I didn't level up from failure.
okay, so folks that are watching this, sorry this ran really long, way longer than I intended, but I think we all started having fun and the DM definitely lost track. So thank you all very much for tuning in. If you look over here directly above my head, we still have a fundraiser going on. Someone that is closer to the screen over there, tell me, are we still at 1234?
Yes.
Oh, it's right here by my face
yeah.
too, over on the
Other
TV.
way. I pointed the wrong way still.
So, anyway, we are still doing the Extra Life fundraiser to raise money to help the Children's Miracle Network and hospitals that are associated with it. I know it's that time of year and folks' money might be short because you're doing Christmas, but if you could give anything, $1, $2, $3, that's usually what they get in this organization. Anything and everything so that parents don't have to worry about giving their child the medical care they need. So if you could, please donate. We'll be doing this through December 31st, and next weekend on the 17th, 18th, we will be doing a extra life online game and video game stream with games run by Spence, myself, and Frecky, as well as doing Phasma for a while the night before. So if you could tune in and donate, then we'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see, my wife is here, so I'll give her all the socials.
Say, don't you take my job? I have one job.
Is it to hit things better?
Of recording movie.
I don't think you're wrong.
Galaxy Quest. I was quoting Galaxy Quest. We are on Twitter at @bonus_team. We are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch at Team Bonus Action. We are online at teambonusaction.com. Yeah, I went over all the things we're doing.
Yeah, next week.
Monday, Holy Winds.
Sunday will be kitchen table. I will probably bring back the Verbo Hell. Verbo Hell will be a thing. I might need you to help me.
I made Kyle mad last time.
Do's it again.
Anyway, we're doing that. Monday we've got Holy Winds. Figure out what the fuck's happening there. Thursday, Tears of Kairos. We'll be back.
We'll be back, and then we get kind of into the wonky Christmas
Holiday stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
The next 2 weeks should be about the same schedule, but after the 22nd, things we'll probably have a quiet week because we'll definitely. Well, we might not. I got family here. We got Emily's family coming, so we might.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
We'll figure
probably
it out.
bribe her brothers into doing
Give us a
something.
like, give us a watch, give us a follow. And since Knox is not here,
Don't let your meat low.
meatloaf.
Good night, everybody. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Ring that bell.
Hit the
Click-
subscribe button. Sorry.
I was gonna say, was it ring that bell and click the what?
The subscribe button.